and the Toronto Maple Leafs win the Stanley Cup. And they think Steve's so cool that they're letting him do a lap with it. And they flew him to Florida for free. Oh, hi. I didn't see you there. Hi, everyone, and welcome to Watch a Leafs Game with Steve Dangle, presented by Molson Canadian. Hey, click like, click subscribe, tell all your friends. Listen, there's no time for joking around. This is Game 3 coming up. It's very important on account of if you lose it, it's bad. I don't like it when the Leafs lose Game 3. They usually don't. 2017, Washington, they won that one. 18, they won that one. I was there. 19, they won that one. I was there. That was when Marner blocked the shot. 20, I like to pretend the bubble didn't count. And then last year, they also won Game 3. Hey, you win Game 3, you're one step closer to winning the Stanley Cup. And you know what it would be like, to drink from the Stanley Cup. Oh, you don't? Oh, well, you could get one step closer with Molson Canadian and the limited edition Stanley Cup batch. They have a special batch of Molson Canadian that was kissed by the Stanley Cup. It was a beautiful thing. It was a magical moment. And they've bottled that and canned that, and you can get it for yourself at LCBOs, Lickbos, whatever you want to call it, the place where you get beer. You can get it right there. And also, hey, when you go to the store, they always ask, and I've talked to them about this, but they're kind of sticklers. They always ask that you be fully clothed. And, well, what am I going to wear? Oh, why don't I go to shopsportsnet.store, and I'll bring my mug in there. I'll bring my Dang It's mug. I'll bring my Paddle Save Emporium shirt. I'll dress my kid up in a shirt. They now got toddler and baby goaltender shirts. They got all kinds of stuff. Look at Producer Stu just scrolling through. Oh, there you go. Now we're done. We're going to see a little bit of Producer Stu later in a feature that he did at Maple Leaf Square. That'll be second intermission. But right now, heavens to Betsy, we're prepping for Game 3. Game 1, Leafs mop the floor with the Tampa Bay Lightning. Game 2, Tampa mop the floor with the Toronto Maple Leafs. Way too many penalties, and this Leafs lineup that they got tonight looks like they're going to try to quell those issues. Bunting, Matthews, Marner, top line, no change. Nylander, Tavares, Kasha. That is a seismic change. Nylander has not been nearly involved enough. Tavares even less so. And Kasha just seems to be the fix-all for so many problems throughout the season. Almost feels like people forgot that because he's been injured so much. Third line, Mikheyev, Kampf, Kerfoot. They're going full shutdown there, and if it doesn't work, they got Pierre Engvall waiting in the wings on the fourth line with Blackwell and Spezza getting into his first action of the series. On defense, the only change, Muzzin Brody, that's the same. Riley Labushkin, that's the same. Giordano with Justin Hall. Now, this is the one that you roll your eyes at. Why would they take Timothy Liljegren out of the lineup? Sheldon Keefe won a Calder Cup with Justin Hall. What's that? Oh, he won one with Liljegren too? So that's useless then. Okay, well, that's useless. The penalty kill got caved in last game. Let's call it what it is. It was great in Game 1, caved in Game 2. 5-on-5, Liljegren's numbers weren't great either. But on the penalty kill, Justin Hall was a staple of that penalty kill this year and in years prior. So maybe, just maybe, he can help improve it. He's such a weird defenseman, man. He's such a weird defenseman. His fancies are good. His underlying numbers are good, but his big mistakes are big. And if he is committed to moving a single molecule of any man standing near his goalie, then he might be okay. His biggest problem, my biggest problem with him in terms of feedback is he's very often big for nothing. He's big. Justin Hall is big. Yeah, for what? If you're not going to use it. Tampa's lineup, I don't notice any changes. Palat, Stamkos, Kucherov. I imagine they're going to get the third line a lot. Killorn, Point, Cirelli. What an annoying line. Colton, Paul, Hagel. What an annoying line. Maroon, Belmar,
Perry, what an annoying line. The Leafs, with their speed tonight, are hoping to draw lots of penalties on Tampa and take home ice away from them. Hedman, Chernak, McDonough, Bogosian, they're sticking with that. Still no Ruda. Sergachev, Foot, with Vasilevsky in net. Vasilevsky has a near unbeatable save percentage in games following a loss. The Leafs still got 3 on him. And despite the fact that they were down 5-1, when the Leafs made it 5-2 and 5-3, maybe it's just me being stupid. Maybe it's just me being a hopeless fan, or rather a hopeful fan. It kind of felt like they could do it. And they weren't all that far away from it. Got to stay out of the box. Got to have a better start. Why not start right now with puck drop? Because puck drop is about to happen in Tampa, Florida. Toronto Maple Leafs, Tampa Bay Lightning. Game 3. Winner takes a 2-1 series lead. That is how math works. Got to keep that man off the board. A lot of Lightning players felt bad after game 1, and they all got on the board in game 2. Hedman, Kucherov. Who's the next guy to get on the camera? I bet he scored in game 2. Austin Matthews? No, he got an assist. He got his one assist. He's got to bring that physical element. We are about to drop the puck at Amalie Arena. Leafs, Lightning, game 3, and away we go. Campbell in net for the Leafs, by the way. Obviously. You knew that. You knew that. Oh, boy. And he's active early. Okay. All right. How's the heart monitor doing? It says I'm at 98. Oh, there it is. 106? Okay, cool. It went up in a hurry. Settle it down. Settle it down. That's enough of that nonsense. Thank you very much. Last time the Leafs were in this building, they lost 8-1. The time prior to that, they won 6-2. Hockey, it's a silly goose. Hockey is a silly pond full of silly geese, I think might be the best way to put it. That's, I'm sure, how Ron McLean and Bob Cole and all the greats, that's how they put it. Kasha! He's got to be a big factor getting it on net. I like that. Sorry, I want to be brighter and pretty. Here's how they generated that first shot. Holy smokes, what a chaotic first shift. That would have been all kinds of bad if it went in. I'm glad it didn't. Aren't you? You got to test this man. Test him often. He's human. He is human. Andrei Vasilevsky has lost playoff games. Andrei Vasilevsky has lost playoff series. Get in there. Kasha is a problem already in this game. I love it. Here's Nylander. That's a good keep. Is that a penalty? If it wasn't, it was close. Leafs get it deep. This is a good shift. This is a productive shift, doing a lot of good things, getting Tampa skating, getting them tired, getting ozone time. Even if you didn't get the greatest chances in the world, Tampa turns it over, and now you got an opportunity to get a line change and go right back at it. We're going to see the fourth line for the first time. Nope, this is the shutdown line, sorry. I was confused, because remember late in the season they had Kerfoot on the fourth line? We could see that tonight. I believe we saw it for a few shifts last game. I don't see that being a consistent thing, though. Kerfoot's too good in the playoffs. Playoff Kerf is a thing. I never thought I would say that, but it's a thing. Mikheyev puts it on blocked. Tampa's got a lot of bodies in that slot, man. A lot of bodies in that slot. Shout out Trainer Chad, who's in the chat. He's watching this from his gym. I hurt my rib earlier today. He was giving me advice. You got to play hurt. It's the playoffs, right? No whining, belly aching. Here's the fourth line. First. I hope it looks like a fourth line. Where I can't tell. I can't tell if it's the first or the fourth because it's so good. Before the game, Corey Perry fired it at the Leafs net just after warm-ups, just like he did before game 2, but Engvall did the same, and he scored. Look, Labushkin dangling Perry right there. Love it! Producer Rob is in the chat tonight. Blackwell high and wide. Producer Rob is in the chat tonight. So if you leave your questions in the chat, I will get to them as I can. Michael says, why is Justin Hall in? We already sort of talked about that. I think this team believes in him, man. He does good things offensively. Generally speaking, the Leafs have the puck more often than their opponent when Hall is on the ice. And this is even, like, compared to his teammates. Oh, are the Leafs getting a penalty here? Or the ref saying he hit the glass. He's skating towards the box. That's a skate he is familiar with. And Patrick Maroon, the fourth liner. That's not a productive shift, young man. Can you win with Patrick Maroon is the question. What's that? He's won how many straight? It's more than Tampa. All right, well, never mind. He took a penalty. Leafs on the power play. This is a chance for them to rewrite the narrative from Game 2 and start with a power play goal of their own. Oh, yeah, we're up over 100 already. Leafs 0 for 4 on the power play in Game 2. So as much as you can look at Tampa and go, oh, they got 7 power plays, that's garbage. First of all, I don't think it's garbage because the Leafs took that many penalties. You could argue the Leafs should have gotten more power plays. But on their 4 opportunities, they weren't able to capitalize. Can they here? Marner! That's a good opportunity, skating to the net. Hard. Marner's game has changed so much, especially the back half of this season. Maybe Christmas onward, so before the back half. Sometimes I forget that Matthews and Marner are just hitting their prime. Tavares needs a much bigger game, and he gets a lot of his cookies on the power play. It'd be nice for him to score here. Nylander to Riley. Oh, you can't be afraid to let go of that. Can't be afraid to let go of that. Come on! Oh, Austin. High and wide. Aaron asks. Actually, I want to get a look at this. Here's Marner's chance. Oh, it was bouncing on him. Vasilevsky just getting a toe. Aaron, how do I relax during the Leafs game? Is it possible? No. As someone who has tried to teach themselves how to do it, I'm sure it is possible. For someone who is generally more zen than me, but not for me. This is decaf. That's how I'm working on it. That's why I haven't hit 120 yet. It's coming. Oh! John Tavares. He's sniffing tonight. Matthews. They know they got to capitalize. Oh, watch it, watch it, watch it. Oh, I don't know. Oh, God. Those plays make me so nervous. Matthews blocked. That's a good kill from Tampa. Second unit's probably going to come out now. Although Jack Campbell hurrying the puck up. Yeah, second unit's on the ice. Riley's got to get off for a change here. Although Marner and Matthews staying out. It's Marner Matthews bunting right now. Bunting for Nylander is the only change I've seen. Nope, that's Nylander right there. Who the heck came off? Here come the Leafs. It was John Tavares. There we go. Shoots! Oh! Matthews with an opportunity. Bang! Rebound! Ah! Yeah! On the rebound! Bounces galore! And the Toronto Maple Leafs! Toronto Maple Leafs score to make it 1-0 less than 5 minutes in to Game 3. Whoa, it's been a long week, folks. Here it is, Nylander. Whack Matthews. It bounces off 1,000 feet, and Morgan Riley comes in and cleans up the garbage. Was that on purpose from Riley? Or from Marner? It was a Marner rebound. And Michael Bunting, proud, he knows he did his job, taking up all the attention in front. Less than 5 minutes, and look at the crowd at Maple Leaf Square. The masses. As the Leafs amass an early 1-0 lead. Capitalize, baby, capitalize.
Terrific offensive campaign.
And I'm not saying uppercase eyes. You got to capitalize on your opportunities. Listen, in the playoffs. Oh, no. Oh, what a stop from Campbell. He makes the initial stop and whacks it out of the air. That was dangerous. The Lightning had 2 guys in deep. Could have had the rebound there.
It is tough to tell. It's really
Oh, baby. The Lightning have had 2 pretty good opportunities.
This is such a great hockey city, too.
And the Leafs, if they're going to beat Vasilevsky, it's got to be garbage like that. Just whacking it in, rebounds, etc. Giordano punished by Perry.
There's Cal Foot and Sergachev who can't get it through the traffic. And now along the board,
get it out. Get it out.
Out.
Spezza digs it out.
I love the way he could not
There's a lot of NHL games on the ice. Ooh, whereas the Leafs ice the puck. Lightning will probably get the big boys out there for this. Did Palat hook Camp there? I'd have to get another look at it, but I think that would be one of those ones where fans might be screaming bloody murder. I didn't have a huge problem with the way last game was officiated. Again, my only feedback is it'd be nice if Tampa maybe got 1 or 2 more. But there's Hall with the body. I can't remember what I was going to say. This is the problem. I go on these, I have these big, long thoughts. Maybe not big. Shouldn't flatter myself. I have these long thoughts with the Toronto Maple Leafs. Tampa Bay Lightning, they don't wait, do they?
This morning that he had played a lot with Engvall in the past.
Clifford not getting into the lineup tonight, and neither is Simmons. So it'll be Spezza on the 4th line. You know, it's a shame, because like even though he didn't have the greatest season for the Leafs, oh, that's a bad play from Campbell. If you're a goaltender, tend the goal. Lightning better not score here. Don't make me tap the sign. Don't make me send you a shirt. That's a good save from Campbell. Good direct out wide, but the Lightning still have it at the point. Speaking of point, Braden has it. Oh, no! Oh! There was a rebound right there, and if the Lightning were a little deeper in, they might have got it. No! Cirelli.
And it's played by Cirelli to the near side for point. Leafs bottled up.
I've had like 20 thoughts since the thing I started saying. I don't remember what it was. I'm terrified. No! Campbell is seeing the puck well in this series. Labushkin cleared a body in front. Please don't take a penalty. I really hope it's not a penalty. And as we head to our first break, Morgan Riley, Captain Morgan, has the Leafs up 1-0 in Game 3. Watch a Leafs game with Steve Dangle, presented by Molson Canadian. I'm Steve Dangle. Click like, click subscribe, tell all your friends. Cannot tell if I am blushing or if there's something wrong with the camera or, oh, there you go. There you go. I just didn't have the settings on right. That's silly. Again, I ask, does Ron McLean ever have this issue? I don't think he does. Oh, well, you see, here on Hockey Night in Canada, I'm accidentally the color of a cherry tomato because I didn't. That's a terrible Ron McLean impression. It really is. But I'm responsible for making myself look good. And in my defense, it's a tall task. Leave a question in the chat if you have them from producer Rob. Joey says, why does it feel like we're moving away from the enforcers and playing with more skill? You know, I don't like that narrative. I don't, and I'll tell you why. And it's not just you. A lot of people have said it. I don't think it's about getting rid of the enforcers. I think it's Wayne Simmons is sitting tonight because of Wayne Simmons. Wayne Simmons is not sitting tonight because the Leafs don't need his toughness. I think they do. I'm surprised, frankly, Clifford is not in the lineup. I thought they would have found a way to get both Clifford and Spezza into the lineup, but I guess they like Blackwell just that much. I mean, not to mention Engvall's on the 4th line tonight, so it's pretty deep. I don't think it's about getting away from the enforcers. It's that Simmons took 2 really irresponsible penalties last game, and it cost the Leafs. Clifford has played 2 shifts in the series, 3, and he got suspended on one of them. So we're talking about 2 guys who probably don't deserve to be in a deep lineup right now. Now, you try to evaluate during the regular season. You try to get all the answers. Sometimes you don't. But you might as well get an answer early in the series. Oh, Lyubushkin did take a penalty, I think. You try to get an answer early in the series. Can the Leafs weather the physical storm without Simmons and Clifford? We're going to find out. I think this is a challenge. This is a challenge to the mettle of the Toronto Maple Leafs. I saw that big hit in front just before the break, and I had a feeling it was going to lead to a lightning power play. The Leafs have to let the Lightning know. It's not going to be so easy tonight. It's not going to be as easy as in Game 3 as it was in Game 2. David Kampf with Marner, Muzzin, and Brody got to win this face-off to get started. And he does. Problem is the Leafs are outnumbered. And the Leafs clear it. Great start. I have never understood, by the way, how a face-off one is awarded. Because, like, okay, the center hits it back. Okay, fine. But how often does the center hit it back and the other team scoops it up? It's not the center's fault. Oh, good play at the line. Quarter of the penalty already gone. This is a good kill so far. Oh, no! Okay, maybe I'm just going to shut up. Maybe, watch, but don't listen to a game with Steve Dangle, presented by Molson Canadian. Steve, shut the heck up from Molson Canadian. What was going on in front of the Leafs bench there? The camera stuck there really long. I got scared. Braden Point like a bull in a china shop. Look at that! God, I love that player. I had to stop myself from cheering for him. I've watched a lot of Lightning hockey, obviously, over the last couple of years. He's such a good player. He's so fun to watch. Oh, Mikheyev, what a shift! You just got to get that in. Get that in. Oh, I love this kill. I love this kill so far from the Leafs. Look at Kerfoot, dog it. Oh! Oh, a shorthanded goal there. The Leafs are on the road, so it wouldn't have blown the roof off the building, but it would have blown the roof off of my house. And I'm in the basement, so that's impressive. Don't get called for the hold. Wow, that was a big hit on Colton. Are they getting called for the hold? I thought I saw a ref do this. Is this going to be a 5-on-3? Please no. Oh man, I don't even know if Campbell got a piece of that. This was a dogged shift from Mikheyev. Great effort. Oh, look at that. He is playing with a bee in his bonnet, man. Last few games of the season, it was just a whistle. I don't know what it was. Last few games of the season, and to start this series, man, Ilya Mikheyev is on another level. It's not just about the goal scoring for him. And his goal scoring has shot up considerably from last season. Oh, what a pass! Oh, no, wow! How did that go in? Oh, my goodness! Jake Muzzin basically saved the goal by shooting it on his own goalie. Did you see that? And now the Leafs have it up the other way. Odd man rush. They go in, and they score! Are you kidding? What a shift from the Toronto Maple Leafs coming out of the box. Ilya Lyubushkin joining the rush. Wait till you see a replay of what happened at the other end. I couldn't believe what I saw. That's a gimme from the Tampa Bay Lightning. What a play, first of all. I thought this was going across, and Muzzin hits it into Campbell's pads. Blackwell turns it up the other way. Engvall gets it. He gives it to Lyubushkin, who has turned into Art Ross himself since joining the Leafs. And Colin Blackwell, take me out of the lineup for what? Never puts the Leafs up 2-0. Big Selly in Game 3. Oh, look at my heart rate. Hockey. It's fun. Oh, Nylander, and you know what's amazing? Nylander now out there with Tavares and Matthews because it's the post-penalty kill line. So that wasn't a shorty, but it kind of basically was. Ilya Lyubushkin just got an assist at forward. Because it's the cup. I love it.
That kind of
I
play
love
was
it.
possible from Lyubushkin when he acquired him. He's done a great job at the back end. He's
This
physical,
series is
he's
so
good at the
stupid.
box out, but wow, what a
The
play
dumbest
offensively
series in NHL
to
history.
make this
I
a
love
2-0
it.
game.
Oh, it's going to get so much dumber before it's done, too.
When they acquired him, but they have
Get in there. Gallop.
worked on his skill
Gallop,
level
you
since
giraffe.
arriving,
Gallop.
and has a couple of goals as well, both against Washington. Here's Engel,
Oh,
sending
Blackwell
it to
got hit in the
far side.
chops
Spezza
there by
looks for it.
Bogosian. No call.
Backing him up is
Or it doesn't
Hall.
look like there will be.
For Spezza.
Oh, maybe there will be.
Stops on a high stick.
Penalty coming up here against
I saw it out of
Tampa
the
Bay
corner of my
Lightning.
eye.
So
I'd
here
like
we
to
go
see the
again,
replay.
more power play opportunity. Overzealous with the
Oh, yeah, he got him in the head with his stick. And it looks like when we come back from commercial break, we'll get a Leafs power play. And I think I've screamed myself into an early headache. And I am on all the pain drugs. Oh, yeah, have I told you guys? I think I popped a rib this morning. What was I doing? Glad you asked. It was something really heroic. I saved a cat from a burning tree. I was drying my hair. I'm 34. Whatever. Listen, shut up. Questions from the chat. Alex, how happy are you that Carolina is dismantling the Bruins? So I was actually thinking this to myself before the stream because I found out that Carolina's winning game 3. And if they win this game, they'll be up 3-0 over the Bruins already. Careful what you wish for. Because I want to see the Bruins lose too. I have a memory. What do you think? I like them? It's not 2011. Sorry, Canucks fans. I used to, but that was a long time ago. There have been many Leaf-related traumas with them since then. But do you want a fully rested and rolling and happy about everything Carolina Hurricanes team? I don't think the Eastern Conference wants that. Florida's had an opportunity to feel human against the Capitals, although they steamrolled them last night. That series is 1-1. Pittsburgh, New York, those two are in an absolute slugfest. Leafs, Lightning, slugfest. Carolina, Boston? It's elevator music for Carolina. And I don't think that's good news for the rest of the Eastern Conference. Chief Big Hat asks, what figurine in your collection could you absolutely not live without? My $60 James Reimer figure that is $60 because it's a rare variant and you shut your face. I would gladly pay $600 and Andrei Vasilevsky is terrifying in the face.
First in 15, and now the Leafs go
Leafs
their
power play.
second
Zach
power play
Bogosian,
of the
high
night.
sticking.
Tavares against Paul,
Secret
and
agent.
from the drop.
He's still a Leaf at heart.
Ryan McDonough firing it down
Man,
the ice,
Leafs
trying
1
to
for
sell
1
a
on
high stick
the
there.
power play. 4
And the words
shots
for the official about a no call.
on a power play that we didn't even get to see the end of. Is that good? Someone tell me if that's good. Half of the Leafs shots so far tonight came on that power play. That is a good sign for the power play, and not as much of a good sign for them 5-on-5. Matthews to Tavares to what on earth happened there? Lightning get it up way high. You know what? They've had a few clears, I've noticed, on their penalty kill like that over the last few games. This is only period 7. And I just have a feeling they're going to get a puck over the glass penalty at some point. On the penalty kill, I mean. I know that's how the Leafs got up 1-0 tonight. Shifty move from Marner. Get in there, dance, young man. Lightning doing a real good job keeping the Leafs to the outside. Lightning have had a... Oh! Matthews! Ah! Stop by Vasilevsky. The Lightning have... They're putting pressure on the points. Oh, that's a piece of confetti. I thought that was the puck. I was like, why aren't you all panicking? It's so majestic. Did you see that? Did you see that? The Lightning have been pressuring the points, and they have almost gotten the Leafs to cough it up a couple times. 30 seconds to go here on this power play. Second unit's out there. Some of it anyway. Oh, no, that's Spezza out there. He likes to shoot it.
Doesn't find a stick in the slot. Looking for Kasha. Now
Bang.
looking for
Oh.
Giordano fires. or excuse me, McKay.
Vasilevsky, man.
That was stopped him. Back the other way comes
Even his
Sorelli.
rebounds are good.
Getting back was
Tampa
Kaiser.
almost had a
Just run
2-on-1
that
there,
attack.
not quite. That's a big hit. And the Leafs gotta, you know what? They should focus on getting it deep and change the lines because the penalty is over. 3 shots on that power play. That wasn't bad. That was not a bad power play at all. This period, I mean, I probably don't need to tell you this because it's 2-0. It's going well. It's going well, but Tampa has been dangerous. Leafs got to watch themselves.
Now it's Kerfoot in front.
Whoa! Engvall! Oh, what a chance. This is the annoying post-power play line.
Engvall's got it.
Engvall with Camp and Kerfoot. Engvall basically replacing Mikheyev, who just killed a penalty.
In the Tampa Bay zone, it'll be Alex Kerfoot.
Oh!
Knocked down on the play.
Engvall's looking great. And what are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, he's holding his stick. You got to send them both off. What is this? How is nothing called there? All right. Sure. Sure. Of all the things that were and weren't called this series, that makes maybe the least sense. What is going on in front of the Tampa net? That's Stamkos and Kerfoot mixing it up. Leafs got to put it on. There's chaos. I don't mind that at all. They should have put it on once or twice in the middle of all that. I suppose maybe they didn't want to get caught, you know, with a guy laying on the ice and then puck goes the other way. Don't want an odd man rush. But there was chaos going on in front of the net. Puck could have gone off anybody. I got to say, already tonight, Tavares looks better. Oh, Willie! That was a great play. That was a great setup there. And again, more after whistle shenanigans from Bogosian. Tavares giving it right back to him. Teammates under a year ago. Foes tonight. Here's that Matthews chance. Right at the blocker. Vasilevsky, man. That goalie is something special. Watch a Leafs game with Steve Dangle, presented by Molson Canadian. I'm Steve Dangle. Click like, click subscribe. Tell all your friends. At first intermission, by the way, don't go away. We got a feature with Darcy Tucker being interviewed by, let me check my phone, me! Got to talk to Darcy Tucker. It was very cool. Mrs. Chris, are you surprised by how pumped the fans are in Tampa? Chris, why do I feel like you're pulling my leg? My podcast co-host, Adam Wilde, at every turn, absolutely every turn, talks about, oh, the crowd in Tampa. Oh, man, it's amazing. It's surreal. It's so loud. Nothing compares. It's one of the loudest arenas in the building. No, Lightning fans, Florida gets disrespected because of the Panthers and their spotty attendance during the regular season, but put some respect on Tampa's name. Dude, they've won 3 cups. 2 of them were in the last 2 years. It was pandemonium when they won it last time. Like, they're jacked about the team. Sit and Munch. What do you think of Boudreau? He's one of my favorite Leaf fans. Should he stay with the Canucks? I mean, I think so. I love Vancouver. It's one of my favorite cities. I don't know why he would leave. And I don't know why the Canucks would want him to leave, because it's not just that they performed better under him as a team and they won more games, etc. They were playable. Man, they were unwatchable for a while at the end of the Travis Green era. But it's the individual performances as well. Like Elias Pettersson, he still didn't have the greatest season, but it was better under Boudreau. Brock Besser seemed to really benefit from playing under Bruce Boudreau. Leafs top line is out there. Ooh, Bunting got to hit high and hit often. And I was going to say he's looking to repay the favor, but he was hunting the puck down. Matthews keeps it in. He throws it into the corner, and in goes Mr. Bunting again. But he's got it. Oh, no! Oh! How did that stay out? Sorry, words couldn't leave my mouth. Puck hits Bunting's stick. cleared by the Leafs, and they will get it out. That was a great opportunity for the Lightning. Who was that? Braden Point, I believe? It's the second line out there. I think so. Oh, Labushkin.
It'll come around to Chernak.
Was Riley about to break his stick there? What happened? The Lightning got the Leafs hemmed in here, and this first line has been out there a while. But it is the first line. Come on, guys. Shouldn't be this difficult. Let's go. That's the fourth line of Tampa. They got one mission, and that's to smush you right now. Got to get it out, get it deep, and change. And they will. In comes Spezza. Gallop a trot. Keefe trying to match fourth line versus fourth line here on the road. Makes sense.
Turns it over. Engvall trying to get it into the Lightning.
Oh, Blackwell was going to be the first to the puck if it went into the corner, but the Leafs just couldn't get it deep.
Pat Maroon just over 5 minutes in game 2. Didn't see much ice.
Leafs playing a good game so far, but I got to say they're a little fortunate to be up 2-0 right now. They've earned their 2. No doubt they've earned their 2, but a couple decent bounces in front of their own net, and Jack Campbell has been sharp. Sharp. I don't know why Leaf fans were so worried about him. I don't know why Leaf fans were so worried about him heading into this series. Like, listen, I saw him in, what was it, January, February as well, early parts of March. But since coming back from the injury, it's been fine. It's been A-okay. I'm not worried about him. Oh, that's a fortunate poke. And Campbell again swallows it up.
We'll catch the hottest new Canadian comics on the new wave of stand-up, now streaming on
Will be a face-off in the Leaf zone, but better to gobble it up than fire it in front of you.
Campbell all year round only had twice where he lost back-to-back games. He had an 0-2-1 stretch.
3:46 to go here in the first period. Leafs 2, Lightning 0. Shots 14-8 for the Leafs.
Sheldon Keefe told us this morning he would have liked Jack Campbell to take yesterday off, but
that zone exit was a lot harder than it should have been, but here they come. Ilya Mikheyev dogging a bone tonight. Puts it on. Vasilevsky stops. Big hit from Camp. Camp's got more snarl to him than I realized. It's amazing how much guys save it, eh? For the playoffs.
Kicks it back, and Muzzin's got to go back and
kind of makes you respect the guys who do it 82 games and then do it in the playoffs even more. How do you function? How are you able to do that over 100 times in a season?
Tavares, that's broken up and back the other way.
Kucherov in the big line in there against Tavares. Under 3 minutes to go here in the first period. I see the thousands and thousands of members of Leafs Nation watching this stream. Click like, click subscribe. Tell all your friends. Kasha and Nylander both realizing they weren't going to get to that. So it'll be icing. And Kasha's been dogged. Muzzin did not look comfortable there at all. Click like, click subscribe, tell all your friends. The more of you who click like, the more of you who click subscribe, the better the Leafs do. I spoke to Brendan Shanahan. He told me that. He said, Steve, you didn't do the YouTube thing enough in game 2, baby. You didn't ask for the likes and the subscribes. And you didn't say, sup, gang.
In the postseason for Tampa Bay, only
or sup, nation. What else do YouTubers say? Here's my apology video. No. Click like, click subscribe. Tell all your friends. Watch the Leafs game with Steve Dangle, presented by Molson Canadian. Just over 2 minutes to go here in the first period. Leafs out shooting the Lightning 15-8. I would not let that fool you. Oh, and here's why. Here comes Braden Point. Jack Campbell swallows it up. And we got some more rough stuff behind the net. Wow, this is big rough stuff. Marner is grabbing his own guy. That's not how that works, Mitch.
Killorn and Matthews going at each other. The importance of Palat, as you were mentioning.
Who are the
earlier,
main two culprits in there? I think it was
it
it was Bunting and Killorn. Killorn's fire burns hot, underratedly. Lightning are a better team with him than without. I believe he missed some games last year in the playoffs. And they missed them. Matthews shadowing Braden Point here. And he loses him. It was Killorn going after Matthews for no good reason after the whistle. And that's what drew the ire of everyone. If Matthews goes to the box here, that's a travesty. This has 4-on-4 written all over it. Nope. Okay. We just pretend like it didn't happen.
Well, here's a defensive zone face-off.
We've reached that stage of the playoffs. Didn't take long.
David Camp
Sure.
and William McKayev, and Sheldon Keefe mentioned that it was not a demotion for Engvall to play on the floor.
McKayev out there
try and work him through.
with Engvall. Hey, wow, Bash Brothers and Camp. Kerfoot taking a shift off here. Uh-oh. Campbell gobbles it up again. He's been square to a lot of pucks. It's not just that he's making stops. They're looking rather simple. Again, shots 15-10. If you're just joining us, I am not fooled. The Leafs earned their 2, but I'd say they're pretty fortunate to have not allowed a goal so far. Yeah, Campbell square to it, comfortable, scoop it up. Tampa driving the net and giving shots after the whistle, but
all 6 in the defensive zone, and there's another for David Camp as the Leafs get control.
90 seconds to go here in the first period. Leafs 2, Lightning nothing. Or, as my Scottish in-laws say, nahin.
We'll celebrate Asian Heritage Month with CBC. Follow at CBC.
We got a whistle.
Proudly Asian Canadian Stories.
Oh, how important is this face-off then?
By the way, sometimes they'll say that Scots say something, and then Scots will reach out and be like, no, we don't. And then I go, oh, my in-laws are from Aberdeen. And they go, ah, carry on. They're from the north.
They just jump out and try to take advantage of it.
Bunting yapping. Love it.
Stamkos, and from the draw, played back to Muzzin.
I have a story about Bunting after.
Shot goes off Cirelli.
But the first line is going to work, so I can't talk. Marner keeping it alive. Brody doing a good job in his backhand to keep it in. Lightning keeping the Leafs to the outside, but as long as they put on a shot and someone's in front, they got a chance, and that's what happened there. Oh, Matthews gets it. Under a minute to go here in the first period. Wonder if there will be a line change. You'd think so. Or we're going to get a very long shift. Got to think Willie, Nylander, and Kosh, Willie, Tavares, and Kosh are going to hop over the boards. But this is a great shift from the first line as they keep it in, and I believe they get a fresh body over the boards in Muzzin. Oh, yeah, get that on! Okay, under 30 to go here. So much for the line change. I don't think it's happening. CBH. Not if this keeps up. Cirelli knocked down. Kucherov flips it out. And the Leafs will look to get fresh legs over the boards and do one more attack. Or, no, Giordano doesn't want to turn it over. You're the ones up 2-0. Content to just wait out the clock. I don't think he's wrong. Yeah, 17 was finishing that from the moment he started skating, and we got more after the whistle stuff as Jack Campbell skates to text his cat. Make sure his cat's okay. Killorn's got to be in his bonnet. You got to wonder if it'll cost them.
Take a look. The horn was sounding as
here's what happened after the whistle there. Look at Braden Point. He doesn't even have his heart in it. Why go in there then?
Well, it's Chris Lee who's watching everything from afar, and right there, there's your point. There's
Tavares and Hedman, the first and second overall picks.
And a power play to start the second.
There are going to be penalties in there. I didn't really see who. I guess we'll sort that out at intermission. But something we can sort out right now. Goals from 44 and 11. Morgan Riley and Colin Blackwell put the Leafs up 2-0 after 1 in Tampa. Watch a Leafs game with Steve Dangle, presented by Molson Canadian. I'm Steve Dangle. Click like, click subscribe. Tell all your friends that the limited edition Stanley Cup batch of Molson Canadian is available everywhere. Just everywhere. Lickbo. You know, maybe not at like the flower shop. Like, go look where there's beer. But you can get the limited edition Stanley Cup batch that was actually kissed by the Stanley Cup. It's the closest thing the vast majority of us will get to sipping out of the cup. I'll answer a couple more of your chat questions, and then we will head to our first intermission feature. Cashological, is cereal soup? My heart rate is 93, and you're asking me that at a time like this, Cashological? No, it's not. Emperor, who has been your favorite player this series? Ooh. Kind of feels like any answer that's not Matthews is wrong. Like, he was good in their win. He was good in their loss. It's Matthews or Marner, really. Jack Campbell has put me in my comfy, happy place. So I do like that very much. And underratedly, how encouraging is it to see how good Muzzin's been? The season he had. Not bad. Talk about a guy who saved it. Marco, why is Dallas-Calgary so boring? Marco, I want you to ask that question, except instead of typing it, you ask it out loud. Yeah, it seems silly now, doesn't it? Those are two boring teams, man. The Flames are only exciting because they're good. But when push comes to shove, they're a heavy defense first team. Why? Because they're coached by Daryl Sutter. That's how it works. You're not going to have a line of 3 40-goal scorers continue their pace in the playoffs. That's just not how it works. So, you ever watch Pokemon, the animated series? You ever see when Metapod faced... Was it a Metapod facing a Metapod or a Metapod facing a Kakuna? Basically, it was all defense, no offense, and that's why. But I have a feeling it's not going to stay that way on account of it's the playoffs. Watch a Leafs game with Steve Dangle, presented by Molson Canadian. I'm Steve Dangle. Click like, click subscribe. Tell all your friends. Your first intermission entertainment, me talking to Darcy Tucker. That's why you stick around. Steve Dangle here, and when I was a kid, I didn't get to go to a ton of Leaf games in person, maybe one per season, if that. In my last game at Maple Leaf Garden, the Toronto Maple Leafs were taking on the Tampa Bay Lightning, and there was this younger guy, this little rat. He was running around, and he was causing the Leafs all kinds of trouble. He was going after Matt Sundin until Steve Thomas set him right, and the entire building hated this guy. And I couldn't have imagined that one day people would be chanting his name. That young man is this young man in front of me, Darcy Tucker. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great, Steve. It's great to see you again after a little bit of time. Obviously with what's going on the last couple of years, we haven't been able to see each other face to face, but it's obviously great to see you today.
It has been a while. So as I mentioned, you played for both the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Toronto Maple Leafs. Why was playing for the Leafs better?
Just the atmosphere, coming from Tampa Bay at the time, we weren't filled, the seats weren't filled with fans. It was kind of a different atmosphere. And then you get traded to Toronto. And I remember walking into then Air Canada Center, now Scotiabank Arena, and just the buzz on a Saturday night, how excited the fans were to be in the building, and the atmosphere around it. There is nothing like playing for the Toronto Maple Leafs. People ask me this question many times over the course of my career. I couldn't ask for a better a welcome to the team, and the way things went. Being able to play for this team in the Stanley Cup playoffs was just a dream come true for a kid from Alberta.
And speaking of the Stanley Cup playoffs, we're in the middle of them. I have so many Leaf memories, and so many of them involving you. I'm wondering which one you often think back on the most.
A couple, I guess. Obviously, you feel hurt by the losses, and but there is some fun times along the way and the memories. Obviously beating Ottawa 4 times in the playoffs was something that was special for our organization. The Battle of Ontario was huge. Obviously the series against Carolina, where we were so close to getting to the Stanley Cup Finals. I was the only goal scorer in Game 5 in that game. We won 1-0, where Cujo stood on his head and brought it back to Toronto. So that's a fun memory. And obviously the Philadelphia series, they were pretty tough and mean as well. So along with the Islanders series in 2002, that was that was a heck of a series as well. So I have some seriously fond memories of playoff time, and obviously the defeats, were very hurtful. You don't get the opportunity to hold that Stanley Cup and, as we say, kiss it.
Speaking of that Islander series, we talked to Shane Corson recently, and he famously shadowed Daniel Alfredson, and that's what I remember with him from the series. But there is one other thing I remember of him from that series. When you saw him tussle with Eric Cairns, were you after the game, were you like, why did you open that door?
Yeah, it was an interesting thing kind of leading up to that. Shane had got hit in the neutral zone. He didn't have the puck, and Sean Bates had hit him in the neutral zone. And I decided to interject myself into the situation. I should have let maybe Shane handle that situation, and then I could have grabbed Cairns by the legs and threw him down or something. But I ended up fighting Sean Bates at that time, and then Cairns came in, and I think Shane felt like he had to take him on. But yeah, that's a huge man that was very tough, and you got to give Shane a lot of credit for always standing up for his teammates and making sure that he took on some of the toughest guys in the league.
It seems like every time the Leafs get someone who's feisty, someone who's an agitator at all, they get compared to you. And the latest one is Michael Bunting, who's a guy, grew up a Leaf fan, grew up looking up to you. I wonder what your relationship is like with Michael Bunting. I guess it would have been hard to sort of meet the guy with all the restrictions and everything, but also, is there a feeling that the Leafs have had such a difficult time over the last decade plus finding the next Darcy Tucker?
There's not a lot of guys out there that play that way anymore, and that I get people ask me this question a lot too. You have to walk a fine line in the playoffs, and you got to live on that edge without taking penalties. I think that's a hard thing to do, and I was lucky and very fortunate that I was able to play the game pretty offensively, so I could play it and I could agitate and I could be physical and I could do all the things. So I had to spend a lot of energy, still trying to play the game. I look at Bunting; he's playing on top line. He still has to use that energy properly to make sure that he's still able to go out there and help those other guys produce, because that's, he's a facilitator on that line. He's in there to get the puck back to the guys that are going to do some pretty special things with it, and then go to the net and hopefully get rewarded like he did in Game 2. So, I've always been a proponent of guys being able to play, but having that physical element in their game, because come playoff time, we've seen it all across the league. You need physical players and people that are going to get into the battle and win those battles.
I wonder, how would Darcy Tucker solve a problem like Corey Perry?
Good question, Steve. I always seem to find a way to be the agitator and not the agitated one. So I guess that I would try to agitate him just as much as he was trying to agitate the other guys in the team. And then, if it happened, then you just have to take care of the fighting part of it if it did happen. But I mean, at the end of the day, he's an extremely good hockey player. We've seen him in the last couple of years playing in series against the Leafs. So we should have a pretty good book on what to do and what not to do with Corey Perry.
Yeah, I would think so. He made the "if you can't beat him, join him" signing with the Tampa Bay Lightning. It's hard to blame him after the last couple seasons, because he wants to drink from the cup. And
that's right.
there's a way that we can all drink from the cup. Molson Canadian has the limited edition Stanley Cup batch.
Yeah, the Stanley Cup batch. It's been kissed by the cup. Obviously, I wasn't fortunate enough to be able to partake in kissing the Stanley Cup. So this will be great for me. I obviously love Molson. I like having a few pops with my friends and watching the game in my backyard. So this is going to be great. It's limited edition and it's in the LCBO in Ontario. And I'm going to be the first guy to get in there and get after it because it might be the only time I get that close to the Stanley Cup. Obviously, I didn't win it, so I'll get a taste of it through the Molson product.
You and me both, man. Listen, if the Leafs win it, I'm having the limited edition batch out of the Stanley Cup. I'm gonna find a way. I don't care how, and I hope you do too.
You and me both, but if we get close to that Stanley Cup, I'll be right down by the glass. Got my hands out, wanting to hug it as quick as possible with some Molson in
it. Darcy Tucker, thanks a lot, man. Enjoy the game.
I appreciate it, Steve, and go Leafs go.
Go Leafs go. How about that? Just talking to Darcy Tucker. No big deal. Just wait, what was it? There you go. That is, I've always saw that as a very impractical way to clean your eyebrows. It's disgusting, and I wish I hadn't done it, especially in front of 5 digits worth of people. Hey, watch a Leafs game with Steve Dangle, presented by Molson Canadian. I'm Steve Dangle. Click like, click subscribe, tell all your friends. That is just muscle memory at this point. Muscle memory, and something I could get used to saying. Toronto Maple Leafs are winning. They're up 2-0 over the Tampa Bay Lightning after a power play goal to start the game, less than 5 minutes in. And a not shorthanded goal. It's actually much funnier. Jake Muzzin almost scored on his own net. That was bad. But then, puck turns up the other way. If I remember it correctly in my mind's eye, Colin Blackwell to Pierre Engvall. Pierre Engvall sends it to the forward streaking up the left wing, and that forward's name is Ilya Lyubushkin. Sends it over to Colin Blackwell. He's got a wide open net to shoot at, and he does not miss. Woo! And Riley with the power play marker as well off the rebound. Marner rebound. Big silly, too. I love it. Darcy Tucker. I wanted to sit on that point for a moment because I had a Michael Bunting story to tell you, and Michael Bunting's favorite player, Darcy Tucker. There you go. Full circle. So sometimes I'll look at NHL players and just players in any sport who are just beacon. Like they're just motor mouth the entire game. And I'm like, how are you able to skate or run around at 1,000,000 miles an hour, get crunched and do the crunching? And how are you able to do both of those at the same time without running out of breath? And then I remember an interview that I did with Michael Bunting back in 2014. That was William Nylander's draft. That was a good day. And did you know that out of all the players who went to the scouting combine for the National Hockey League that year, Michael Bunting had the highest VO2 max of any of the players tested? Yeah, that kid's got an engine. Chugga, 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 chugga. Like, think prime Duncan Keith. That dude, I don't know if he still does because he's obviously late in his career, but prime Duncan Keith. The Blackhawks won the 2015 Cup with essentially 3 defensemen. And part of that was because Duncan Keith does not get tired. His body processes oxygen more efficiently than basically any other NHL player. Gretzky was like that too with the high VO2 max, and I'm certainly not comparing Bunting to Duncan Keith or Wayne Gretzky. I am just saying that he is a very, very good athlete, which is fair to say. That is how he is able to chirp everyone's face off and then skate into the corner and hit them. And then he's got the energy to do it again and again and again. By the way, we're going for 5,000 likes. So for every moment we're not at 5,000 likes, I'm sad. So even though the Leafs are winning 2-0, it's just not complete without 5,000 likes. So if you guys could help us get there, there's me putting my YouTube hat on. Click like, click subscribe, tell all your friends. Some more questions from the chat before we get back to the game and the beginning of the second period. Nicola, did you get more respect for the Habs after last year covering them? How will their offseason go? That's an interesting one. It's not about more respect. I respected them. I respected the team. Even in their years where they've been struggling, I've said they're a team that's built for the playoffs. The problem is they got to get there. And when you think about it, for both COVID years, whatever you want to call it, I was right. They, in the bubble year, they were 24th. They would not have made the playoffs. But because of this extremely special circumstance, they do. They play the Pittsburgh Penguins in the play-in round, and they win. They beat them. And then in their round against Philly ultimately won, but Montreal gave them a heck of a run for their money. Remember Nick Suzuki patting Carter Hart on the head? Like, that team had swagger. Last year, Montreal Canadiens were the worst regular season team to make it. Made it all the way to the Stanley Cup final. So the Habs were what I thought they were. And I do have a reverence for the franchise. I'd like to think that both fan bases secretly have some sort of reverence for the history of it all. And with the Montreal Canadiens, it's hard not to. You see the way they honor their legends. You saw it with Guy Lafleur over the last few weeks. It's difficult to not have some kind of respect or reverence for the Montreal Canadiens. But, Nicola, this is a Leaf playoff stream. What are you talking about? By the way, congrats to the Habs for becoming the first team to ever finish 32nd. That's, can't be first again. No one will ever take that away from them. Andrew, should Engvall be higher in the lineup? Where? Like, that's my question. Where? Like, okay, here's how I would phrase it. Is Engvall a fourth liner? No. Should Engvall be higher in the lineup? Also no. Who do you move? You don't move Bunting, you don't move Matthews, you don't move Marner. Well, that's easy. You don't move Willie, you don't move Tavares, you don't move Kasha. Kasha's the only guy who makes any kind of sense, and I don't think he makes a lot. I don't think he makes a lot of sense, man. You don't move Mikheyev, you don't move Kampf, you don't move Kerfoot. Maybe Kerfoot? That can make some sense. Him on the fourth line it's perfectly fine. Perfectly fine, man. And he's going to get his minutes. I think he plays second unit power play sometimes, depends who's in the lineup, and also on the penalty kill. Second period coming up. We're about to get puck drop. Morgan Riley.
That's the case. So the Leafs will start
chomping at the bit, chomping at his tongue. And the Leafs do have a power play to start the second. Eric Chernak, for his shenanigans at the intermission whistle, at the buzzer, I suppose, puts Tampa down. I was shocked, or I'm shocked, because producer Rob even said before I went upstairs, oh yeah, it's Chernak to the box, and I'm like, yeah, they just haven't announced the Leafs penalty yet. Matthews on! And it Beyblades around. I hate when that happens. You miss high and wide, rings around the boards and goes all the way back down to the other end. Riley, chugga as there's 45 minutes gone here on this power play, and that's a dangerous play. Oh boy. Leafs, what you doing? Oh no! Marner blows the tire, and this is going to be a partial 2-on-1 here. Where'd it go? Did it go out of play? Where'd it go? Went out of play. Not the Leafs' first unit's greatest moment. That was terrifying. I don't know if my heart rate goes up when I'm scared. I think it turns to ice, as we saw last game. My heart rate drooped to like 80 when the Leafs were down 5-1. Yeah, look at it right now. I'm chill.
58 seconds remaining in the Chernak penalty.
Marner getting a new skate blade after that. I get it. Leafs second unit out there, and why not? Spezza for the face-off win, and first unit was having no luck there. No problem switching it up in that particular instance. Oh, Leafs put it on. Leafs, I believe, going with 4 forwards and Giordano on their power play. When Liljegren's in the lineup, I believe he's out there with Giordano. And I think we're going to get a bomb for the point. And it goes behind the net. Are the Leafs? Oh, the Leafs are saying, what?
And the Leafs appealing for a penalty, and the officials are going to gather.
Hey, it went out. Oh, it's in play. Is it? Oh, went out. I think McDonough is getting a penalty here. Am I a prophet? Did I get it? Woo! Oh yeah, that's straight over. He might be trying to argue that Mikheyev hit him in the numbers or something. What are you upset about? What are you upset about? It's kind of black and white, isn't it? Either it did or it didn't.
Just 25 seconds left in the Chernak penalty, but an opportunity to win a draw. It only took
apropos of nothing, just from a text I got. Shout out Australia. Just shout out.
So it's good
not that any of you are watching from there, because like, I don't know, like, what do you have, a VPN? Surely not.
That might give them a
oh, it was bunting. Of course it was bunting. Can't really see from that angle if it went off of anything. We're going to get a decision here. And he's saying, beat it.
So the situation room saying,
oh, what's the argument, man?
They got the call right.
Either it did or it didn't. Get off the ice.
Minor penalty. Delay a game.
It's delay a game. As the Leafs will get a 5-on-3 for 25 seconds here. And that's a whole defense pair for Tampa.
The criticism is starting to creep in.
That's tough. Lightning got to kill a 5-on-3 here.
In game 1, he was 81%. In game 2, he was 75%.
With 2 defenders off. I was about to say 2 of their best. But they're all kind of their best. Their D-core 1 through 6 is pretty good, and Victor Hedman's not one of the guys in the box, so I think they're okay. Tavares can't get the face-off win. That was the biggest face-off of the game so far. And he lost it. But they'll have an opportunity to at least get set up or get possession in the Lightning zone. 10 seconds to go here. Leafs got to watch the guy coming out of the box, though. It's going to be Chernak. Marner's going to get it to the other side of the ice, or get it on net. That's always a good shout, too. Watch the guy coming out of the box. Watch it. There you go. There you go. All set up. Leafs now have about 90 seconds to work. That was not a great play from Marner. And the Lightning will clear. Obviously not icing. The Leafs are on the power play. Oh boy, bit choppy.
First power play of this second period.
Maybe get a new stick blade too.
Morgan Riley straight ahead.
No, I can't even. Ooh, shifty Morgan. 6-zony, bruh.
There's Bogosian knocked off his stick.
And the Leafs will. Lightning managed to get it out. This has been a bit of a choppy power play, unfortunately. It's not everything that we hoped it would be.
Now Riley bounce pass, gives it away.
Oh no! What happened here? No! Lightning will get a shorthanded opportunity, but Jack Campbell is equal to it. Holy smokes, boys. Let's start by getting it in the other end. Let's start by connecting a couple passes. Holy. Not the greatest start to the second in the world. I mean, Tampa would probably say the same thing. They haven't played a moment with 5 skaters on the ice in this second period. Spezza puts it on. It goes up and over. And this power play is more or less up and over. With only 14 seconds to go, you're probably going to want to get a 5-on-5 line out there. Or at very least 2 defensemen.
for the Maple Leafs, so missed opportunity.
Matthews is on the bench. We'll see what
14
Keefe goes
seconds
out there with.
left. Now the real focus is try to get
It's not what I
something
expected.
off the draw, but you got to get your 5-on-5 game going back. You got no shots
Kerfoot
on goal on this short 5-on-3 and this power play to this point.
Spezza, Engvall. Sure.
Kerfoot and Engvall.
With Brody and Muzzin, though, two
A pair
defensemen.
of defensemen in the late stages. That's
Spezza!
That's right on. With
He loves to put it on, and they'll get another face-off.
Vasilevsky to stop.
Kyle talked about Vasilevsky just on home
Kerfoot's
ice.
so animated in the
So
face.
hard to
He
get
entertains
anything
me
by
very
him.
much. He's like a Muppet.
The 2 goals in the first period, a good start.
Oh, man, that was a good scoring chance.
Knows his team's
That was a good scoring chance. I didn't realize Kerfoot got a piece of that. What a setup from Spezza. 5 seconds. You got to watch McDonough coming out of the box. You don't want him to get his second breakaway of the series. Watch it, watch it, watch it.
And Spezza's going to head to the bench. Tampa Bay.
Almost didn't watch it that well.
One shot for the Leafs on.
All right, the Lightning finally have
Alex
5
Kerfoot
skaters
will flip it
for
in.
the first time in the second period.
After an 8, Sergachev.
4 minutes in, Leafs still up 2-0. Engvall, great job behind the net. Kerfoot, great job behind the net. Kampfa's alone. Kampfa's alone. There's a reason for that, because the Lightning were about to get it out, and then they did. Jack! Oh no. If you're a goaltender!
That shot wide. Kucherov missed the target. Sergachev right on, and
Not gonna yell at Jack.
Campbell stops that.
You don't yell at Jack. You don't yell at a man who has given you such good goaltending tonight and throws a birthday party for his cat.
To enter Sportsnet's This Is Big Contest, one fan could win $1 million. Keep watching the Stanley Cup playoffs for game codes and more chances
Watch a
to
Leafs
win
game with
instant
Steve Dangle,
prizes.
presented by Molson Canadian. Click like, click subscribe, tell all your friends.
Again, another disjointed shift. Now you get the face
Mike,
off, you get
would
the
you
change,
change
try to
anything about this game
regroup,
so
get
far?
going.
Yes, I would make it 5-0 Leafs.
Leafs have controlled those defensive zone faces. Blackwell one hands it in. Now it's Blackwell, Tavares, and Nylander.
It's difficult to say because their passes haven't connected the best.
And over the line comes Nylander with
They've
Blackwell,
definitely
who
played a little jittery,
scored in the opening frame.
but
Braden
their
Point with a
jitters
punt
are
that
on.
lightly
Their
hit
jitters
north
err
of
on the side
3 feet out of the reach
of defense, if
Cal
that makes sense.
And Giordano rolls it back. It
So,
was
like,
tough,
when they
Wilson.
have given it up or flubbed it, they at very least haven't given up the odd man rush.
As we approach 5 minutes of the second period, Sergachev plays it around.
You don't even need to yell at me, chat. The second the words left my mouth, I didn't like that I said it. As a Leaf's taken down there. I noticed Blackwell out there with Tavares and Willie. I hope Kasha's okay. Maybe Keefe just switching it up a little bit.
5-on-5 ice time against
Ooh!
Matthews in the first period, not out right now.
Oh, the Lightning are cooking right now.
Matthews plays it away, and
First line's got to get it out, and they will.
chipping it to Marner, and just out of the
But as the
reach
first
of a
line, you got to do a little bit more than get it out, don't you?
knocked down there by Turner.
Riley take it down. Matthews, flying bum.
Victor Hedman, who with his 4 points tied Bobby Orr the all-time.
Wow! Labushkin on Brandon Hagel.
Albeit Orr in about half the number of games.
And Hagel gets right back up, and there's the turnover. Here comes David Kampf. This is going to be an odd-man rush for the league. Shoot! Scores! David Kampf! Oh my goodness, the kryptonite to Andre Vasilevsky's Superman! All you gotta do is shoot at blocker side, apparently, as long as your name is David Actual Kampf!
Fans are just
And for the second time this series, David Kampf makes it 3-0 Leafs. That's a big hit from Labushkin. There on Brandon Hagel. Leads to a turnover. David Kampf, he has Ilya Mikheyev with him, and he says, "That's great, Ilya. How about I do this myself?" Ah! Vasilevsky, who? As if Kampf has beaten Vasilevsky twice already this series and celebrated the exact same way both times. David Kampf is now officially past the Chicago Blackhawks goal total from last season in these playoffs. You silly goose, David. I love you. Oh, okay. Don't flub it. You're okay. He's okay.
Sheldon Keefe mentioned that the Leafs had
Sometimes I forget that I'm streaming.
Their top 2 centers prior to the
Sometimes I forget you're here, and it's just a stream of consciousness. Leafs up 3-0 on the Tampa Bay Lightning. We're not even halfway through regulation right now.
Has been great to the face-off circle, and now on the score sheet, 3-0 Toronto.
Ooh. Watch a Leafs game with Steve Dangle. Presented by Molson Canadian. I'm Steve Dangle. Click like, click subscribe. Tell all your friends. If you're just joining us, actually, what's great about YouTube is if you're just joining us, I'm pretty sure you can click back. You can be, oh, I missed that. Oh, well, you just click. That's it. That's it. If you're just joining us, though, David Kampf just made it 3-0 Leafs off a Lightning turnover following, shortly after, an Ilya Lyubushkin big hit at the Leafs blue line. I mean, that's the rose-colored glasses version of it. Really, the Leafs actually turned it over to the guy who Lyubushkin just steamrolled. But Brandon Hagel feeling the effects of that Lyubushkin hit. Puck goes the other way. Kampf has Mikheyev with him. 64 with 65. And he says, tell you what, 64 and a half. Fires it right down the middle of the two of them. Blocker side on Andrei Vasilevsky for the second time this series. David Kampf gives the Leafs the 3-0 lead. You remember stuff like that. I don't know. Producer Rob with questions in the chat. By the way, get those questions in the chat. Warrior, will you grow a playoff beard? You know, screw you too. Okay? It's only been a few days. Are you making fun of me? Or are you asking earnestly? Answer me. Why does Answer have a W? I've never had a large enough audience to ask, and I would like to speak to the CEO of English. Why? It feels like it doesn't need to be there. I've never said Answer. Anyway, will I grow a playoff beard? Yes. I will trim it, like at the neck. I got a lot of neck beard going on. I can't help that. Don't tell me I'm not allowed to trim my playoff beard. Brendan Shanahan and Scott Stevens won with full-blown goatees. You shut your face.
Kasha does that. Camp does that. Lyubushkin does that on the back end. Giordano, another veteran guy with a little bit of poise and patience. And then we've talked about it all year.
Why don't coaches do the playoff beard? Just looking at Sheldon Keefe. Why does he get away with it? That's kind of trash.
Sheldon Keefe some different matchups to play with.
Camp back out there with Kerfoot and Mikheyev, and it's Ilya Mikheyev.
Ilya Mikheyev flying in. Look at him. Does it all by himself. David Kampf. That might be the first shot that Vasilevsky stopped off of David Kampf. David Kampf is inevitable. Absolutely love it. Watch the call. Watch the call. Speaking of calls, there hasn't been one for a few minutes now. It shows you how many calls have been in this series that this feels like a long stretch of 5-on-5 hockey. It's only actually been like 4 minutes. Oh! Shot from Blackwell! Rebound! What happened there? All of a sudden the Leafs are looking big and dangerous.
Back to Muzzin. Cut to the inside, handed off.
Muzzin to Brody.
Brody down deep. Engvall tried to redirect that.
I apologize for my low score on the heart rate monitor.
Back deep in his own zone.
I can only say it's because I switched to decaf for tonight.
Top players to just give a little bit more, and a lot of it.
And also, I've been working out. Whoa! Here comes the Leafs! Oh! 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 Engvall going for the shot and rebound with Blackwell, and it doesn't work out. I saw what he was going for. I thought he had Blackwell for the pass. That's a tough one as the Lightning head right back up the other way. A battle of the fourth lines there. Ilya Mikheyev, like, how has he gotten faster? I don't know how to describe the difference in his skating. Oh, that's actually a really nice save from Vasilevsky. I don't know how to describe the difference in Mikheyev's skating this month to last. Obviously, he's a hard skater. He's a fast skater, but he skates with so much more intent, so much more purpose.
Puts the pressure back on number 88 to try to shut the door.
First line, can't get into the Lightning zone. The Leafs have gotten lucky in those dead puck moments. If they don't catch the puck there, Lightning ram it through. That's at least the third moment this game where the Leafs have come out on the right side of one of those battles, but they got to watch it. And Riley's got to watch the cross-check call. They're calling those now, bud. Braden Point with way too much time and space. You can't give that much to Braden Point. No way. Riley, they're going to ding you. They're going to ding you.
That will start a Leaf change. That puck over the glass.
That might be one of those things where you don't get called for it now. Ref skates over to you and goes, that's a cross check. Next time I'm calling it. Or maybe the ref didn't see it and Tampa goes, that's a cross check. Please call it next time.
2 goals is a great feat. 1.90 in both Stanley Cup winning playoff.
One of only 4 active goalies to win multiple Stanley Cups, Andrei Vasilevskiy. So I can't hear the broadcast. I'm sure they're telling you who the other goalies are. I'm trying to think of who they are. Fleury, obviously. I guess Matt Murray counts. I don't even think he ended the season in the NHL. Oh, and Jonathan Quick. LA Kings. I was like, Corey Crawford?
He's done a good job of controlling the block. I think down low he's as good as
Leafs 3, Lightning 0. One of 3 active goalies with 50-plus career wins. That's so dumb. That's so dumb. He's not even 30. Vasilevsky's in his 20s. That's so silly. Oh my gosh. Trying to look up some Vasilevsky stats right now.
In the month of April for the Lightning, this revamped third line for Tampa Bay. Trying to follow in the...
Sure, we have a whole stats department, but no. You let me look it up on my phone. Vasilevsky was, man. He was the 19th pick in 2012. Uh-oh, here come the Lightning. Partial. Oh, yeah, that's definitely going to be a penalty, and a penalty worth taking. Caution. What are you doing? Oh, please tell me it's not 2. Justin Hall takes a penalty there, and Leaf Nation's going to roast him for it, but it was a penalty worth taking. I shouldn't have been looking up the Andrei Vasilevsky stat. Don't tap on the glass! Saw that guy? Tap on the glass with your program.
He stays in, the puck bounces, now you're chasing.
You know what? That's Hall taking a penalty after a mistake that he made. Puck goes up and over him. Brandon Hagel. Brandon Hagel draws another one. How many penalties has he drawn in this series? It's not even 3 games deep. And that's at least 4. You do not want to allow the Lightning back into the series. They don't have a power play shot on goal yet, though, even though they've had an attempt. You had to know the next one was coming to you. That's why I was shouting at Riley. Be careful, be careful. Leafs have had how many power plays tonight? 3, 4? Granted, 2 of them were puck over the glass penalties, and the ref doesn't exactly have a choice there. It's weird that players act like they do. Oh, that's great work there from Muzzin and Marner. Great work. Oh, look at this. Penalty kill looking. Whoa! Oh! Oh! Vasilevsky gives it away to Marner, and Marner almost makes him pay. Oh! Oh, that would have ended up in Dangles for sure. For sure.
Kucherov with an extra move at the line.
Oh my goodness.
Stick up on Brody.
I think Marner's saying I thought I had him. Look at this. He dumps it in. It was a shot. Vasilevsky can't handle it. Miscommunication with him and Hedman. And Vasilevsky creates his own problem and has to make it. Oh, he has to make a magnificent save. I think Marner was going 5-hole. And he wasn't able to hook it. Yeah, he knows he was close. So as long as we're on an excellent Vasilevsky save, that dude was 19th in 2012. The list of guys who went before him, not good. That was a bad draft, man. There are some guys who went before him who have had oh no!
The Leafs able to clear.
Campbell saved it with his stick, though. It was one, again,
Jack Campbell with a very big save there.
That
Morgan Riley went ahead of him.
right on his doorstep. He was
Philip
reaching out, trying to
Forsberg.
get the poke check and got enough of it.
Vasilevsky's had the better career of all of them. As Kerfoot gets completely run over and the Tampa Bay Lightning enter the Leaf zone. They might score off the rush here. Oh, no! Kucherov. Well, no, that's from the Kucherov spot. It's Ross Colton. And Tampa Bay's power play gets them into the game. It's a testament to him that for a second I thought it was Kucherov. You're stuck between a rock and a hard place when you put yourself in that situation. All four guys rush back. They leave the point open. They panic. They leave Colton open. And the Leafs are not able to recover. Colton, who scored the Stanley Cup winning goal last year, instructs the Tampa crowd to get on their feet. As the Lightning are in this game, Justin Hall not feeling too good. He finally gets in the lineup, takes a penalty, costs the team a goal. Before the game, I talked about him potentially helping the Leafs penalty kill, and the Leafs penalty kill has looked better tonight. Only problem is you can't help the penalty kill very much when you're in the box yourself.
Offside at the Leaf line. 11:03 time of the power play goal by second-year man Ross Colton. 3-1.
How about Ross Colton, by the way? Like, barely in the Tampa lineup last year. Scores the Stanley Cup winning goal. Obviously, he gets to ride that high all summer. Dude scored 22 goals this year, and he has been a big factor in this series so far. Watch the Leafs game with Steve Dangle, presented by Molson Canadian. I'm Steve Dangle. Click like, click subscribe. Tell all your friends. Now we can get to some of your questions from the chat. Harry, not a question, but the Leafs have put 10 goals past Tampa. 5 plus... Is this question old? That's 11 now. Right? Yeah. The Leafs have scored 10 goals on the Lightning, and then they scored another one after you said that. Ah! That's pretty good. Duncan. Can the Leafs keep their foot on the gas? I guess you sent that before the penalty and the power play goal. Awake, what jersey are you wearing? What's your favorite one you have? So, obviously, it's just the standard Leafs home jersey. Dangle on the back. Dangle 20. My number was originally 10 because I wanted an Alex Steen jersey. This was for my 20th birthday when I was dating my now wife. And she was going to get me an Alex Steen jersey. And I wanted Alex Steen because I wanted a guy who I thought was going to be a Leaf for a long time. LOL. He was traded like 6 months later. And my buddy convinced her, he goes, you know what? Don't get Alex Steen. Don't get Alex Steen. Get Dangle on the back. Get it customized. And then when they got it customized, they're like, what number? And they're like, 10, because Steen wore 10 at the time. And I didn't play hockey growing up, so I didn't have a hockey number. And I changed it to 20 after the passing of George Armstrong, because if the Leafs have retired 10, feels like I shouldn't be wearing it. Who was that in the corner who got absolutely dumped from behind by Andre Palat? What are you even complaining about? That was Kasha, his countryman, if I'm not mistaken. Aren't they both on the Slovak national team? Nope, not true. Palat plays for the Slovak team, I think. And Kasha plays for the Czech Republic. That is a brutal hit from behind on a guy, like it's right in the numbers, on a guy who has had a lengthy and recent concussion history, and Tampa goes back to the box. Honestly, all of the teams, game 1, game 2, game 3, who have taken penalties, they only really have themselves to blame. I was pretty consistent about that last game, so you know I'm not blowing smoke just because the Leafs are winning. In Game 2, the Leafs gave the Lightning 7 power plays. And there aren't very many Tampa didn't deserve. Or the Leafs didn't deserve, I guess, in taking penalties. So the Leafs power play has a chance to negate the Ross Colton goal. That was a risky play there from Riley, but it might pay off. It doesn't quite. Marner tried to get it through to Matthews. Riley, fake shot. Marner just can't handle it, and he's going to have to get it to the point. I thought he was going to ring it around. Matthews working the point. He's done that a lot more recently, I've noticed. Lightning doing a good job keeping the Leafs to the outside so far. Marner's going to shoot this, and he almost beats Vasilevsky. That was a good shot attempt. Lots of action here, 30 seconds in to this power play. Marner with the puck again, in front to William Nylander. That was a great setup, but he can't bury it. Willie at the point now, working it around. Gets it to Riley. How many touches has Riley gotten on this power play? Holy cow. Marner tries to get it through to Matthews, but that goes through a bunch of legs. And the Leafs will have to score a goal in the muck. But they abandon their post, and the Lightning clear it. With the power play half done. In this game, by the way, more than half done. Over 7, or just under 7:30 to play here in the second period. Watch a Leafs game with Steve Dangle, presented by Molson Canadian. I'm Steve Dangle. Click like, click subscribe, tell all your friends. Leafs stay onside there. John Tavares getting it to the point, putting it on! And the Leafs trying to generate some junk. And it might work! Oh, William Nylander has been so close a couple times here on this power play. Marner in front, shoot! Where does that go? It Beyblades around. And I don't even know if it's worth putting the second unit out there. There's only 20 seconds to go. Giordano's already out there. You might as well get another defender. But the Leafs can at very least get offensive possession here. Spezza flying. Oh boy. He's not trying to run this thing out. He's trying to score. In front. Watch the guy coming out of the box though. Watch Palat coming out of the box. On. Wide. Yeah, those are the plays you got to watch. Ooh, Palat goes into the board somewhat awkwardly. Kasha puts it on. Trying to generate a little bounce there for Spezza. Doesn't really get it. Curious to see what the Leafs come over the boards with. Because that was the second unit out there for like 2 seconds. Is that offside? Muzzin didn't like it. Let's take a look back on that power play, some of the things that happened. That was the best chance right there. Vasilevsky just getting enough of that Marner attempt. How much has Marner changed? God, he loves to shoot it now, and because he should. Thing's a weapon. Shot attempts are 40 to 27 for the Leafs. I gotta say, it does not feel that way. The Leafs have gotten a lot on the power play. Tampa has gotten a lot of... The reason I think it doesn't feel that way to me is Tampa has gotten a lot of opportunities that haven't actually ended up in shots at the net. It's just moments that make you go, yeah. Engvall lining up for the faceoff against Stamkos. And he loses the winger. Loses to Stamkos. Although he did play center in the American Hockey League. Engvall doesn't get enough credit for that, by the way. Oh, never mind. Here comes Mikheyev, who believes he can win any foot race. He doesn't there, though. Engvall in there. This is such an annoying line. Kampf with 2 of the fastest guys on the team. Oh, what a play! Oh, the Lightning coming close there. You got to watch. I'm not trying to play off their name. They can score in a flash. Be careful with the puck here. Careful! There's Jack Campbell. Gobbles that one up. All I've learned from the heart rate monitor so far is I should switch to decaf. Remember game 1? I was up at like 120, just sitting completely still. Watch a Leafs game with Steve Dangle, presented by Molson Canadian. Click like, click subscribe, tell all your friends some more of your questions from the chat. Kyle, what's the odds of an all-Canadian final? Kyle, that is what I have in my bracket. Leaf, I mean, you're going to roll your eyes. I have the Leafs winning the cup. Whatever. Like, it's not like I haven't predicted that before. I'm never like, yep, this is the year. No, but it came to me in a vision, everybody. This year it came to me in a vision. And they're going to do it in an all-Canadian final against the Calgary Flames. Although Calgary's playoff run, not off to the greatest start. Dude, the last game of the season decided who between Calgary and Colorado would play Nashville. Colorado won that lottery. They have kicked them up and down the ice. Connor Ingram was the only thing holding them in that game last night, and they still lost. Calgary with obviously a much tougher opponent in Dallas. I think it's going to be an all-Canadian final. Don't sleep on the Oilers, though, after coughing up game 1 against the Kings. They were pretty dominant in game 2. Scotia. What do you think of Vasi so far? Has it been him or his team? That's a great question. I mean, both times David Kampf has beaten him, it's been on an odd man rush. He had the one dumb play in game 1, but it was already 4-0 when it happened. I would say it's the Leafs getting the better of Tampa's defense, which, I mean, it's such a strength of theirs. Vasilevsky's obviously an amazing goalie. But his, having a D-core headed by Victor Hedman, Ryan McDonough, Mikhail Sergachev, all on the left side, it probably helps your save percentage a little bit, as the Leafs lose their defensive zone draw. With just over 5 minutes to go here. Campbell with a stop, and we'll get another draw. Colton and Brody going at it a little bit after the whistle. Be nice. No penalties. We don't want that.
The pressure that he had coming into this series, could he carry the load for the Maple
Dan,
Leafs?
if you could have a retired Leaf on the roster, who would it be? So I'm going to go with the guy who retired recently because they're the most fit. No. You're saying Time Machine, right? Time Machine. Oh, no! Jack Campbell, sharp save off the draw. But the Lightning still have it. And the Leafs break it out. Oh, boy. Mikheyev didn't like that. That's pretty much a playoff play, though. Leafs doing a little bit too much surviving. You got to thrive, boys. You got to thrive. There's the Lightning. They're doing a good job. Oh, no! He missed! Impossible!
And he hit iron.
He missed! Is that Ross Colton?
Minutes to go here, and now Stamkos.
I honestly can't believe it.
The Leafs trying to weather a storm here.
I can't believe it. Wide open net for Ross Colton. Don't let that distract you. The Leafs are reeling right now, and the Lightning are doing a great job. But I gotta wonder if there's any deflation on the bench after missing that. Leafs get the Lightning to turn it over. They're going to go for a line change instead of a 3-on-2. Engvall puts it on, and Willie had an opportunity there, but he had a man on him. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, watching too many men. They don't get it. Don't worry. It's all good. Willie staying out there. Fires it. Working it in the corner. He's got to get off the ice. Tavares back to Riley. Haven't been very many Leafs better than him tonight. Matthews out there. Flying, but the puck goes right by him as the Lightning turn it back up the other way. Matthews stealing it right off Kucherov's stick. God, I love him. Shots 29-18, sneakily, for the Leafs. As this game looks a little bit more like game 1, doesn't it? I'd say the Lightning have been much better than in game 1 tonight, though. Much better. Okay, Leafs doing a good job chipping the puck off of Tampa's sticks. Communicate. Leafs almost let it get away from them there as they clear the zone. I'm not liking how much the Leafs are in survival mode here. It's not even the third period. Under 3 minutes to go here in the second. Watch the hook. Can't afford to have Marner in the box. No, thank you. Whoa, Muzzin with the puck in a precarious position.
Now Labushkin gets it away. Too far for Marner.
As the Leafs go for the Hail Mary pass and ice it. I don't know about that decision. Tampa making a little push. There's Colton on the bench. We got to get another look at this miss. I can't believe it. Save. Rebound. Oh, here's the angle. Here's the... Oh, he hit the post!
As Colton gets the release, and it's off the far side post and out.
That is the most calm and composed young man I've ever seen. Not one swear word was uttered. I thought that was going over the boards. Michael Bunting in deep against Zach Bogosian. There's a fun matchup. Oh, Bunting almost tipping it to his teammate. As Blackwell gets a shift here.
Marner's been out there a while. He's looking to get off.
I haven't really seen a ton of the fourth line, have we? It's just sort of been guys getting spot work.
That's a good minute and a half for Marner, and stayed thinking the
I haven't seen a ton of Jason Spezza 5-on-5. Seen him on the power play.
It can change in a hurry in the playoffs, can it? Under 2 minutes left here in the
Minute
second.
45 to go here in the second period. Leafs up 3-1. Tampa, oh boy. Leafs do a good job cutting off the post there for Corey Perry. Good job. As they use the air to get it out. That was good. That was a dangerous looking play that the Leafs sort of neutered right there.
Specialists out here as Brody
that's
the
word I chose. Sure.
Step,
Brody doing a good job on Kucherov, but man, that guy's dogged. Perry, ugh. Oh, there's Spezza. Hi. Hey, bud. What are you doing down there?
Not overreacting, not lunging.
Dude, his size and the fact that he's right-handed, I'm like, that's Labushkin. For sure. That makes sense.
So here's Engvall back with Camp.
Leaf shutdown line is out there
against that third line for the
with 90 seconds to go here in the second period. And they know this could be a long shift. Hopefully not a short one. Unless it's them doing the scoring, that'd be cool. Mikheyev doing a great job helping to create a turnover and an errant pass. Puck goes too deep for Engvall to have the breakaway on Vasilevsky. It's a rare example of a goaltender playing the puck and it being good. Mikheyev does a good job cutting it off there. 50 seconds to go here in the second. If the Leafs can head into the second with head into intermission with a 3-1 lead, I think that would be fine and dandy, but Tampa has other plans. Under 40 to go here. Leafs got to be careful. Tampa whacks at it. That hit Muzzin and it took a piece out of him too. Tampa doesn't care. They're going to keep going. But the Leafs clear the zone under 30 seconds to go. Muzzin is football fields away from the bench. He's not going to be able to get there for any reprieve. 20 seconds to go. He's in the corner battling. Heroic. Braden Point with it behind the net. He shakes his man. Campbell, stop! That was huge for the Leafs as Engvall ices it. And maybe oh, he doesn't ice it! Victor Hedman sends it up the ice. Tampa 2-1. And the Leafs, who in my humble opinion, a little too prematurely go into survival mode. Survive. The end of the second, Jake Muzzin doubled over. Not the greatest end of the second period, but the period was pretty good for them. David Kampf putting them up 3-0. Ross Colton responding with a power play marker. And it's a 3-1 Leafs lead heading into the second. Watch a Leafs game with Steve Dangle. I'm Steve Dangle. Click like, click subscribe, tell all your friends. And you know what? Shame on me. Because it's Watch a Leafs game with Steve Dangle, presented by Molson Canadian, who have made the limited edition Stanley Cup batch. It's a batch of beer, Molson Canadian to be specific, that was kissed by the Stanley Cup. I'm sure you saw the video there, first intermission with Darcy Tucker. Phil Pritchard, the keeper of the cup, putting the cup, basically the beer is poured into the cup and it goes into a giant tank, which that's not how I would do it. I would jump into the tank with the cup and just constantly dunking on my head until someone told me, sir, please leave. You don't work here. But as that hasn't happened, you can get the limited edition Stanley Cup batch where they sell beer. You know where that is. Woo. Wow. What? My heart rate monitor is a liar. I am freaking out right now. We have some second period entertainment for you. We have Sportsnet's own Colby Armstrong, Arm Dog, talking to, is it Nathan McKinnon? I believe it's Nathan McKinnon. And also, it is Nathan McKinnon. Thank you, producer Tom Stewart, in my ear for telling me that, because after Colby Armstrong talks to Nathan McKinnon, get a little Maple Leaf Square feature with our own producer, Stu, Tom Stewart. Man of the people, talking to the people. Enjoy the content, folks.
All right, Nate, they call you the dog, Nate Dog. Like, I'm the Arm Dog.
Yep.
You know, that's your nickname. How did you come up with that?
Well, I didn't come up with it.
Well, okay, what's with the Nate Dog?
Because of the rapper, I think.
Okay,
Yeah.
and then it just shortened up to Dog.
Yeah, it's just a little easier, I think. Most of the boys call me Dog.
Yeah, it's kind of badass.
It started when I was like in Bantam, 12, 13. The boys would call me Nate Dog. Because of the rapper, we used to play Nate Dogg all the time in the room.
Yeah.
He had some good tracks. So yeah, I kind of shifted to the Dog after that, so.
Yeah, I like the Dog. It suits you, I think. 26 years old, right?
Yeah.
9th season in the league this year.
Yep.
Does it feel like you're like a grizzled old, like that sounds like a lot for 26.
9 seasons?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of all a blur. I feel like I remember my first year, and then they're all kind of together after that, but it's been fun. It's been a lot of fun.
I feel like you've been in the league forever.
Yeah, it does go fast.
What's the Dog like in the dressing room before a game?
I don't know. I a bit of both. I'm a little quieter sometimes. Sometimes I'm more chatty. I don't really have one exact way.
Like, you're a pretty loose guy though. Like, you're fun.
Yeah,
I've hung out with you. You're fun. Like,
yeah, I try to get the boys
golf course,
fired
get
up
them
and
going,
stuff.
yeah.
I try to get the boys going and chat and stuff, but also try to lock in a little bit near puck drop. So a bit of both.
I know you're all business. I can tell. So 2020, you got the Lady Bing, right?
Yeah.
Did that piss you off or something? Because I feel like you've got some extra fire going, some spice.
I've had some spice for a while, but that year I just didn't take many minors, so I got the Lady Bing. That's literally the only reason.
I feel like you're John Wick this year almost.
Dumba and McKinnon.
So leads me to the Dumba altercation and the fight. Like, what were your teammates thinking of that? Like, you don't think about that. You just come in.
Yeah.
Good hockey guy. Like, what were your teammates saying? Like, man, we can't have you doing this?
Yeah, well, Big Derms was right there. He was like coaching me during the fight. I could hear him yelling at me. And he said, actually, when we scored up, he was going to grab him to stop it. I'm like, I'm glad he didn't. I looked like whatever. So, yeah, I think it was a clean hit looking back. But from my point of view, I just saw Nico's head kind of snap back, his neck. So, stepped in, and if Landy was playing, he would have been there before me.
Yeah, right.
So it's just kind of our culture, I think, and anyone would have helped out there.
So, like, what did management, did they have anything to say about the dog getting a little squirrely like that, or does that just comes with the package?
Yeah, it just comes with me, You got to take it all. So I don't think they were thrilled, but they didn't say anything, so it is what it is. I'm okay.
I want to ask you about Kadri. Like, you were vocal about him getting the All-Star game. Obviously, you're like, hey, like, listen, this guy's pretty good. You look at the season he's having this year, and I played with him his first year.
Okay.
And he had, in Toronto, he had the swagger going, man.
Yeah.
If he's on a meter of swagger, 10 out of 10, like, he's like a 12 out of 10.
Yeah.
But, like, what can you say about his year? And talk about, like, him as a guy and a player, and, like, how big he's been this year for you guys.
It's just nice to have a guy like that. Obviously, like you said, the swagger. You want nice guys, and he's a great guy, like super nice guy. But you also want guys with confidence, and that will show up in big games. And that's how we feel about Nas. Like, he's going to be there when it counts, and he's going to be ready to go. And he's so good for our team. He's funny, keeps us loose, but he's a competitive guy too, as everyone knows, I'm sure.
So I have to ask you some stuff about Sid also, like, right? We have to talk about that.
Yeah, of course.
Would you say, like, you're on this progression, you're 26, you've been in the league for 60 years. Is this, like, are you better than Sid now?
No, never.
No,
never. Sid will retire and still be better than me. It is what it is, man.
He's a freak. Like
It's like Wayne's still better than ever.
You're gonna push him though, like, right? You guys train in the summers. You guys get together.
Yeah, no, we
you
push
guys have
each
this
other for sure.
relationship that you're gonna keep making him good though.
I think he makes everyone good, but I definitely think we push each other. I think this guy could be alone and push himself on an island. He's an animal, so he'll figure it out regardless.
He's a freak. He's crazy.
Yeah.
There's no question about it. Like, how much has he rubbed off on you? Because I think about, you know, where you started with this organization. Like, it wasn't going good in Colorado, you know, and now you're to the point where you guys are, you know, the cream of the crop talk of the league. So, like, do you ever talk to him about that and dealing with that? Because they were bad here for his first year.
Yeah.
But it took a little while, you know, kind of a couple years for them to be, you know, this, you know, great core and this great team here in Pittsburgh. Does he share any of that stuff with you, and maybe expectations, pressure?
Yeah, a little bit, but he doesn't try to act like my dad or anything. You know, we're friends, and I definitely pick his brain about some things. He's been through it all, won everything. You know, I just think it's obvious though. You know, it's not rocket science of how to act, and you know, with pressure, I think just playing your game, having fun, and embracing the moment is what some things for sure.
I mean, I'm going in my 9th year next year and I haven't won shit, so I'm just definitely motivated.
So, does this year feel different? You have a quote, you're saying, I've been 9 years in the league, or I'll be going into my 9th year and I haven't won shit. That's your exact quote, I believe.
Yeah, I said that 5 minutes after.
Yeah, well, you're fired
lost.
up.
And I said that because we were asked about our prospects coming in next season.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Or next year. I'm like, I don't really care.
Yeah, well, of course.
That's where my head was at that time. You know, we definitely have the team to do it. You know, hopefully we can stay healthy, get healthy, and see what happens. But it's a tough road. You know, it's really hard to get it done, obviously. But you know, hopefully this is the year.
Good luck, buddy.
Thank you.
Go
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Cheers, bro.
McKenna with a shot, he scores! The one-timer from the dot!
Since the dawn of time, us human beings have despised losing things, like our spot in line, or our family and friends, and most of all, hockey games. So you can imagine the shock on this reporter's face when he discovered that a sizable colony of hockey-loving adherents who actively reject their evolutionary impulse for victory willingly take part in this yearly migration of disappointment, known as Round 1 of the Stanley Cup playoffs. They're called Toronto Maple Leaf fans. Easily identified by their blue and white markings and alcohol-flushed cheeks, the modern Maple Leaf fan is a fascinating study of human nature. But how does one become a Maple Leaf fan? Who are these people? What do they want with us? It's my job to answer those questions and many more. So let's get to the bottom of it. We're in the Maple Leaf fans' den right now. Tensions are high. I've been warned that they're easily offended and can be territorial in certain seasons, so Luis, we're gonna have to tread carefully here, okay? Keep your camera on a swivel. Oh, there's one there. They ooze intimidation. Terrified right now. Looks like some of these Leafs fans were punished, stuck in stone for eternity. Very troubling scene here. Hey, bro, you're a Leafs fan?
Oh, I try to be.
What is a Maple Leaf fan? They're die hard. They try hard.
Just imagine any other fan, but like way better. Like
nuts. Completely crazy.
A Maple Leaf fan is angry, probably working construction.
A Leafs fan is someone who doesn't even have to.
Oh, what a good friend. Did you see that? Did you catch that, Luis? What a good friend. They're just like regular people, Maple Leaf fan.
We try to be, but like most people look at us like we're out to lunch.
I don't know why they would do that.
No, me neither.
Oh. That seems to be some sort of mating call they use. One of them says, "Go Leafs, go," and then the rest explode in excitement. I'm on this expedition of information. I'm trying to find out who you guys are, what you guys are all about. So I went to a couple other fan bases, and I asked them for some describing words about Leaf fans. I'm going to list them off to you, and I want you to react at the end, okay? So you've been described as arrogant, self-centered, exclusive, probably drunk, afraid to pee in public, egotistical.
Never afraid to pee in public. We're never afraid. We're big-time fans.
I've definitely peed in public.
Call myself arrogant, self-centered. That's all true.
You guys are mean, have never seen The Godfather, and are cat people, and you hate the rest of Canada.
We are dog people.
I am a dog person, first of all.
I'm a dog guy myself.
We think that there are certain cats that are great.
We're not arrogant. We're the best fan base possible.
I've seen The Godfather. It's a great movie.
Toppings did you go with on the hot dog?
Mustard and tomato sauce.
Tomato sauce.
Yeah, I'm Australian.
You call it tomato sauce.
Tomato sauce.
What do you put on pasta?
Tomato sauce.
You Australians are very weird. The more I learn about these Leaf fans, the less I feel like I know. They're intimidating, pretty arrogant, good looking. All in all, though, I think Maple Leaf fans are just people like me and you. They're just deeply troubled and delusional. but aren't we all? I think that's us at the bottom of it. I'm Tom Stewart. Thanks for getting to the bottom of it.
We're getting to the bottom of it!
Oh, the heart rate monitor is going to get a test! Like the wrestler. Canadian, don't you know? Watch the Leafs game with Steve Dangle, presented by Molson Canadian. I'm Steve Dangle. Click like, click subscribe. Tell all your friends. Did you know that when you click like on Watch a Leafs game with Steve Dangle, Santa Claus counts it as you being good? It's true. So if you're wondering, like, am I in good debt? Am I in whatever? Do I have negative whatever the Christmas? Like, Santa can't call it karma, right? But it's karma. That's essentially what he's measuring, right? What does he call it? Christmas points? Christmas coin? Invest? Christmas doubloons? Just click like, so I don't have to tap the sign. Oh my gosh. Leafs up 3-1 on the Tampa Bay Lightning in game 3. I don't know if you're watching the out-of-town scoreboard. I saw something, not to bring the mood down or anything. It's just a few people have been like, you should put this in Dangits. And I'm like, I don't think I will. Because in the Bruins-Carolina game, a bunch of Bruins fans were pounding on the glass of the penalty box. A pane of glass fell out of the box and onto the attendant. And the attendant was in obvious distress afterwards. And some people were like, oh, that's kind of funny. He ended up getting stretchered off. So that's not going to be in Dangits. And oh my God, I hope that guy's okay. I've never seen that except for the one time a fan broke into the box to fight Ty Domi, but Ty Domi was fine. I don't know if you noticed, but Ty Domi was fine. Also, have you read his book, Aggressive Sharp Transition? His book, Shift Work, he talks about that incident with the Philadelphia Flyers fan. I forget his name. Shows how closely I read it. But after I read the story about those two, I had more questions than answers because they're friends now. And like that guy took Ty to court. As Harry Neal said on the broadcast famously, watch the lawsuit, Ty, watch the lawsuit. There was very much a lawsuit. Ty did a number on that guy, but apparently they're friends now. And the way he describes it is, oh, we were going to court. But I was like, oh, this is ridiculous. We don't need to be doing this. And I called him and now we're not going to court. That's just me paraphrasing poorly. Go read it. Go read that chapter for yourself and tell me if it makes any sense. There's another one where he explains why Mario Lemieux is his best friend, except he doesn't. Like those two never played together anywhere, and they're best friends. It's just, oh yeah, that makes sense. Ty Domi, Mario Lemieux, best friends. I get it. That makes sense. Shout out Prod Rod. No, it's not going to work. Prod Rob. Producer Rob. We need to come up with a better nickname for you, Rob. Prod Rob. Prod Rob. RoboProd? No. That's not going to work. We'll work on it. Has questions in the chat. Shout out Prod Rob. Did I do it? I did it that time. Good for me. Dan said, if you could have a retired Leaf on the roster, who would it be? And then I proceeded to not answer the question earlier because I got cheeky and thought I could answer it mid-play, and I could not. I'm going to be a snob and go off the board and say someone from the older generation. Someone who had won a cup in a Leaf uniform. And for me, it comes down to, I'm either going to go with, okay, there's three options here, the way I see it. Okay, 4. George Armstrong, I believe the only Leaf to play in parts of 4 decades. His career began in 1949 and ended in 1970. Spent all of it with the Leafs, won a bunch of cups, and was the captain. Dave Keon, generally considered to be the best Toronto Maple Leaf of all time, although you would think Matthews is going to surpass that. For the right-hand shot and playoff performance, I want Bobby Baun, who has a book called Lowering the Boom. And I mean, how nice, how unbelievably nice would a goalie tandem of Jack Campbell and Johnny Bower be? I am so grateful that I got to talk to Johnny before he passed. And I got to interview him at the Hockey Hall of Fame. And then afterwards, I know this is unprofessional, but I don't care. Afterwards, I wanted to get him to, what did he sign? His book? Or I think I might have just got a picture with him. And I know it's probably unprofessional, but I wanted to get a picture with him. And I wasn't going to do it. And I was sort of standing on the outside. And it was actually his family that encouraged me to do it, because they saw. I'm sure they've seen it 1,000 times. You know, some shy, I don't want to do it. I mean, some shy kid, he's like afraid to do it. Meanwhile, it's me, a grown man, who's intimidated by Johnny Bower. Got a picture with him. But before the picture, did an interview with him. And it wasn't really an interview. I got to ask him 2 questions. Because he told me I got time for 2 questions, because he had dental surgery the day before. And the way he said it to me was, I had dental surgery yesterday and my teeth might fall out. Now, he was a very old man when he told me this. I think he was like 89 or 90 years old. So I thought he was kidding. But 2 questions it is. I ask him a question. He gives his answer, and on the final syllable, his dentures plop into his hand. He caught them. I was stunned and could not believe it. Like, what do you say when someone's teeth come out mid-conversation and that person is Johnny Bower? But what he does is he just pops them right back in, looks me in the eye, he goes, "What's number 2?" You know what? I think I have that saved somewhere. I gotta find it. I don't remember what either question was. Third period here, Amalie Arena. Toronto Maple Leafs taking on the Tampa Bay Lightning. Game 3. Leafs up 3-1, but the Lightning can change that in a flash. I'm not saying that because of their name. I'm saying that because they're... I'm going to say fricking good. Can I say fricking? Watch the penalties. Producer Stu says I can say fricking. Good job, by the way. Shout out Producer Stu for that feature in second intermission. You're hilarious. I love you. I said I love you too.
Out comes Kasha.
We're a tight-knit group here.
Along with Nylander.
Zach Bogosian.
Out to center, and Tavares
Playoff beard is in Stanley Cup final form. He might not have shaved it from last year. Oh, wait a sec. He was with the Leafs last year. They did not go to the final. Lightning. Stamkos with a chance. He misses. Oh, that was a good one. And that one doesn't go in. Oh, boy. This is a little too early for the Leafs to be in survival mode, but here we are. The Tavares line. He's been better this game. Willie's been sniffing. They got to be even better than that. Oh boy, the Lightning really crashing the net there. Not able to hit the net though. Oh man. I am not feeling comfortable. I don't know about you. Oh, Leafs almost able to get it over the line, but they can't. Tampa losing the offensive zone time or offensive possession battle significantly. I do not expect that to stay that way. I think they just made up 2 minutes. The Lightning this is a complete fire drill. This is a bad start to the third period for the Toronto Maple Leafs. And they still can't get it out. Finally, just flip it up, for crying out loud. As the Lightning, that's a blessing that it skips over Sergachev's skate. The Leafs can get a bit of a change.
Chris, these are
Matthews over the
moments where you
boards.
build as a team, as you try to win around,
Thank
you try to
goodness.
become
I don't even know.
a Cup contender and play with
I don't even know if he was next up, if his line was next up.
easy to do.
I think it's just that the Tavares line was out there so long.
And that's what you've been doing throughout the whole
Keith's like, hey, Matty, you rested? Hey, there it is right there. Don't tell me to clean up my beard. Look at Spezza. He's going goatee.
Well, now you're in these
He was going goatee last year, too. It's just...
you have to collectively come together and play with the confidence to get through this one and bring it home for a win.
Look at that! Leafs last 9 game threes. They have a 7-2 record. I told you it was a thing. Oh, big stop from Campbell. If this keeps up, the Leafs' shot advantage over the Lightning is going to evaporate quick. Leafs get it deep, and that only kills a few seconds. Leafs got to get some offense going here. Even some neutral zone time, for crying out loud. That's a nice little clear out. And the Leafs will get it deep. Oh, they got numbers too. When did that happen? The late camera work. Ah. By the way, you can still leave your questions in the chat.
Look like? Say yes to the all-new 2022 Honda Civic lineup. The official
You can still leave your questions in the chat, and I will try to get to them, but there's going to be crazy third period action. Sorry, producer Graham. Producer Soup, sorry, because his last name's Campbell. Producer Soup. He said Ty Domi and Jay-Z are friends. Are you? You're 100. You're definitely making that up. I refuse to believe Ty Domi is friends with Jay-Z. Stop it. Stop it right now. Jay-Z and Mario Lemieux, sure. Don't distract me. I'm watching the game. 3 minutes gone. Makes me 3 minutes happier here in this third period. Leafs still up 3-1 on the Tampa Bay Lightning as we get an icing call. Watch a Leafs game with Steve Dangle, presented by Molson Canadian. I'm Steve Dangle. Click like, click subscribe. Tell all your friends to tune in. Send them the link. Tweet it out. Retweet it. Facebook. Oh my God, he sent me a link to an article.
And maybe you'll see Kerfoot in that position instead, or an Engvall.
The title is Ty Domi once spent a night protecting Jay-Z at one of Alex Rodriguez's parties. Yeah, that's a real life. That's a life that someone has, for sure. Leafs win the face-off, but it ends up back down in their end. And they have finally settled things down a little bit after a truly hairy first couple minutes.
Nearly had a chance to center it. Got it to Kasha. Pinned there by Belmar.
Good so far.
And from the scrum along the boards, Brody knocked it in front. And there's Bogosian backtracking.
Heart rate monitor staying in the early 90s, late 80s that's not gonna stay a thing, methinks. You're gonna see how manically my eyes look at the clock in the final couple minutes. Man, growing up watching hockey in the 90s, if you had a 2-goal lead with like 5 minutes to go, the game was over. And these days it feels like it's just begun, whether the Leafs are up or down.
Now Riley will play it in, and the Leafs will get a change.
And Kerfoot does go up and join, so I don't mind that adjustment at all. From a defensive mindset.
One buddy just texted me, I can't believe Giordano's a Leaf. I know. Isn't it weird? I love it. Or Tavares. Or Muzzin. Spezza is a Leaf. Simmons. There's a bunch of dudes on this roster. It's weird. Whoa. Puck squirts out from the corner in front of the Leafs net. Is this going to be a 2-on-1? Not quite. Oh, good rush opportunity. Shoot. Stop by Vasilevsky. That was Matthews with the opportunity there. A little bit more give than take, boys. That was nice. We'll get it back up the other way. The Leafs. Oh, Matthews, breakaway. In on Vasilevsky, gets his own rebound. Vasilevsky stops him twice. Shot. Oh, Marner doesn't shoot. Marner shoots this time. He hits the goalpost. Oh, I thought he hit the inside of the goalpost. Oh, my goodness. This is Nikita Kucherov. Gets a partial break. Comes in on Jack Campbell. Stop. No, and who was that? Knock it into Campbell, and Kucherov giving it right to Colin Blackwell. You cannot get your hands up in Kucherov's face. He will punch you right in the chops. Matthews, golden opportunity. 2 opportunities to put the Leafs up 4-1. Magnificent pass from Riley. Magnificent receipt from Matthews. Oh, Vasilevsky equal to it. Marner shoots this one. Oh, it went off of 2 posts. The way the puck came out, it took too long. Like for it to have only hit 1 post. That's why I sort of like stuttered there. I thought it might have gone off like the inside padding, which I've seen before. The review took forever. It's from when I was a kid. I don't know why I still remember this.
So everybody resets with a lot against Tavares.
When I was a kid, I was like, what do you mean the inside padding? My net doesn't have that. And my dad's like, well,
wraps it in deep.
son, I don't know how to break this to you, but you don't have an NHL net. And I said, what? Betrayal. Oh! Puck in front of the Leafs net. The Lightning have it again, and they score! Oh, no. Andre Palat puts it on. And the Tampa Bay Lightning. Again, I told you, it can happen in a flash. Sir, that is not normal. What just happened there? Can we get a heart rate monitor on that guy? What was that? Are you all right? The guy like gave himself a defibrillator. Campbell bats it out, and it super does not work out. I mean, I'd call that just a bad bounce. I mean, what? He can't just leave the puck to drop in the slot. You got to try to get rid of it, and that's a ripper of a shot from Palat. I didn't see if it went off of anything. Campbell was square to it, and it beats him. And that's Tavares line out there. They have not, after a good start, they still haven't been good enough. We got a timeout here from Sheldon Keefe. There is so much time left in this game. 14-17 to go in the third. The Leafs still have a 3-2 lead over the Tampa Bay Lightning. Sheldon Keefe talking actual strategy. John Cooper walking up and down the bench, clapping, saying, let's go, which is probably how I would coach the Tampa Bay Lightning. You know, Nikita, here's what I think you should do. Shut up. Oh, okay, yeah, fair enough, Mr. Kucherov. Nick, can I call you Nick? To which he would respond, no.
And now Sheldon Keefe sends out his
I'd say, oh. So now the Leafs have to kill off 14 minutes. Fun. This is fun. We're having fun. I don't think my heart's going to spend much time under 100 for the rest of the game. Watch a Leafs game with Steve Dangle. Presented by Molson Canadian. I'm Steve Dangle. Click like, click subscribe, tell all your friends. Please always have someone with eyes on the front of the net, for crying out loud. Eyes and ideally a body. As the Lightning throw it on, and Campbell able to grab it through traffic, but that was like 30 seconds in between opportunities through traffic. There's that scary man again as we head to commercial break, where that scary man is still doing this. They got him in slow-mo too. They got him in slow-mo. Sorry, what was that? Oh, producer Stu just told me you guys want to play a game. You want to know if I'm wearing pants? What kind of pants am I wearing? If I am wearing pants, I could be wearing shorts, swim trunks, a thong. I suppose we'll find out in 10, 9, 8, 7. Listen, we got to do crazy things to distract us from the fact that Tampa's within 1 now. 2, 1. Jeans. I am wearing jeans, and look at that. That's fabulous. I've been working real hard on that. It's all those lunges. Just looking real bouncy. There is Trainer Chad still here. I do a lot of band work in the mornings. You got to stay low. Oh no. I hit the Stanley Cup into, is that Matt Sundin and Curtis Joseph? That's Matt Sundin and Curtis Joseph. Jeans. was the answer. I literally, Curtis Joseph's all wonky now. Come on. Listen, we got to keep our composure. Everything's going to be fine. The Lightning get 1 goal, and everyone is jumping off the bandwagon. Everyone's freaking out. Okay, so it was 2 goals. All right, so the Leafs are up 3-0. Why don't you all calm down? Why can't you all just be a little bit more like me? All right, I know I'm the one strapped up to a heart rate monitor, but everything's going to be fine. You got to believe it. You got to see the light. You got to allow this to be you. And this is how you watch every game. You just see it. This is how you got to watch the rest of the game. You see the light, and you see the fact that the Leafs are going to win this thing, and they're going to pull it out. And shut up, you're fine. I'm fine. We're all fine.
Alex Kerfoot, who's moved up along with Matthews and Marner here in the third.
Watch the Leafs game with Steve Dangle, presented by Molson. I'm Steve Dangle. Click like, click subscribe, tell all your friends. 13 and a half minutes to go here in the third period. Leafs up 3-2.
Matthews on the ice. We should mention a scoring change. They took an assist away from Matthews.
I can't believe you're making me talk through this.
Michael Bunting, so Matthews without a point tonight.
Oh! Oh no. I think I did something to my chair. Well, I know what I did, but I know I can't fix it right now. So, oh, the Lightning almost get an opportunity there. Do not take a penalty, I swear. Dude, I don't know if this Tavares line can see the ice for the rest of the third. They're getting killed.
Download the BetMGM app
Boy,
today.
oh boy, is this line in trouble. What do you do? What do you do? I don't know.
Getting the feeling of a little shorter bench from the Tampa Bay Lightning, don't you think?
Trainer Chad said the glutes look tight. Thank you, Chad.
Yeah.
Thank you, Trainer Chad. Can John Cooper do the phew? I've never learned how to do that. I'm jelly. Whoa! Lightning get an opportunity right off the draw. And we're talking about this line having to be better. Justin Hall is out there in a very key role right now. Willie! Oh, he just can't quite get around foot. That might have been interference in the regular season. Not so much now.
Back into the lead zone. Nylander takes Killorn to the board.
That's not me complaining. I mean, it's true, isn't it? Willie, get in there. Killing the seconds. I like it. I dig it.
Off the boards and down. Cal Foot's going to leave it. He's going to head off as
how much time is left?
I'm
going to guess 12 minutes.
Out comes that third line.
Oh, hey! Wow! Oof, I keep forgetting that I have no support.
DJ Brody back, sidestep the hit from Hagel. Works it
dude,
to Muzzin with room.
Did I nail it?
And pass
like, did I nail it, like, because I couldn't see the clock.
Rebooted there by...
I nailed it to the second. That was a complete guess.
The Lightning,
thank you, producer Stu.
In,
just get it out. Oh, no.
Back again.
The Leafs are going full Metapod here. They're going full survival mode. And I'm just going to say it right now. If this is how they play the rest of the game, they might win, but they ain't winning 3-2. Lightning will tie it if the Leafs keep playing this way. Colton throws it in front, goes off with some legs. This period's not even half done. This is the fourth line getting hemmed out there. Or is it? Spezza, Bunting, Blackwell. I'm V confused. Bunting, get out there. Get out there, young lad. Oh, Spezza, shifty. Bunting, go to the net, shoot it. Oh, I like it, though. I like it. I like what he was going for. Didn't quite place the shot well. So here's the funny thing. I've noticed Bogosian and Bunting going at each other over the last couple games. Bogosian's a nasty player, and obviously Bunting's a nasty player, but Bogosian played with the Leafs last year, and he became friends with these guys. Such a good keep from Spezza. Yeah, it's just not a very good shot. Bogosian's friends with these guys. But he ain't friends with Bunting, so he has no problem biting his head off. That was a great effort going to the net from Bunting, too. Bit of a wasted opportunity, but at least it's an O-zone draw. Leafs get an opportunity to kill a little bit more time here.
I'd be interested to see if Sheldon Keefe on that tablet is looking at the stationary breakout that Tampa's used 3 times in a row and been able to get it down. He's going down to his D and
There's so much time.
how to defend against that.
What is Keefe talking about on the iPad? You better be clicking like and subscribe, Sheldon. Yes, the screen is yelling at you. Go Leafs. Kerfoot is out there with Matthews and Marner. I don't think that's a diss on Bunting. I think that's how much Keefe trusts Kerfoot defensively. So that was Bunting on the 4th line there. And as much as I love Bunting, it makes sense. Oh! Oh my God. It's only been 20 seconds since I last looked at the clock. That's Herculean, if you ask me. Oh, we got a heart rate monitor. You know what we don't have is a leg monitor. How much my legs are just, they're going all over the place right now. I am tap dancing under this table. Lightning breaking out, and it's Kucherov, and he makes a heck of a move. The Leafs all over him. They get him to give it up, which is good. It's better when it's not on his stick. Oh no, Kucherov, he's going to put it in front. And he does. And Stamkos doesn't score. The period is now just over halfway over. Kucherov again. He has the puck. Stop that. Leafs block it and they get it out. Man, whenever that line is on the ice, they do not do well. It's usually in the Leafs' end. And Keefe has got to adjust. 9:20 to go here in this game.
Two very good teams going head to head.
Leafs get it deep. They throw it in front. Maintain possession. Big breaths. In through the nose, out through the mouth, through the mouth. Lightning, maybe offside. They're not offside. Under 9 minutes to go.
Under 9 minutes left in the third. Up for Kemp. His goal, the difference now.
Where's the puck right now? Thank you.
McDonough. Up for Hagel and Paul.
Leafs playing the Lightning tight. That's good in transition. But Nick Paul, that's a really good effort, and the Leafs have to, for God's sake, watch the front of the net. Ross Colton is a killer. Oh, no! Turnover! I was about to say, what patience in the Leafs again. That's another survival shift. They are not going to win this game 3-2 if they play this way. They can't weather this storm for over 8 minutes now. They might. Listen, they might. I maintain optimism that they might, but it might kill me in the process. That was a block there from William Nylander. Nylander out there with Tavares and Marner somehow, and right off the inside of Marner's skate. And that doesn't tickle. Watch a Leafs game with Steve Dangle. I'm Steve Dangle. Click like, click subscribe. Tell all your friends. Ah! This is terrifying. This is terrifying. Let me, a lot of people, when they watch me and they give me feedback on watching me, they're like, that was cathartic. Thank you. I think I make people feel better after a loss, and that's cathartic. Is this cathartic when I'm nervous for you? Is that how catharsis works? People have asked my friends, how is Steve to watch games with at the bar? Awful. Awful. Did you think it was fun? This is a show. This is a spectacle. If I were calm, you'd be like, well, this is stupid, and you'd click off. But at the bar, I'm embarrassing. Oh, game 1, 2018 against the Bruins. I believe Kadri. Did Kadri get suspended in that one? I think he did. Act surprise. Hyman scored that ridiculous breakaway goal. I was tearing paint off the wall, though, because the Leafs lost big in that game. I think it was 5-1. They had to put me on stream. This is the only way that I'm a socially acceptable human being during Leaf playoff games, is on camera. 808. Do you feel that? BA says Leafs, 8 minutes to go here, up 3-2 on the Tampa Bay Lightning in Tampa. It was once a 3-0 lead, mind you, off a goal from David Kampf. Oh no! What a stop from Jack Campbell on Nick Paul! What a stop! What a play from Nick Paul, who all he has done since he joined the Tampa Bay Lightning is score 6 goals.
Talk about an aggressive move and just staying with it, and Jack Campbell somehow able to keep the right pass
Jack
out aggressively. There's the poke check missed. I don't know where
maintains the Leafs lead. Unbelievable toe save. Are the Leafs getting a penalty here? Please say no. Please say psych. Unbelievable save from Jack Campbell, and great job to clear it there. I think that was Camp. Oh, why? Not Muzzin! No! No! No!
One replay was focusing so much on the shot. I didn't see much of a hook, if any, at all.
7:46 to go. Jake Muzzin is in the box. The Leafs have a power penalty kill, a power kill. No. It hit. Yes, yeah, you do that. You do that. He's clapping for the Leafs. He's saying they're very good. They're a very good team. Oh!
The actual hook came from. Brody misses there.
Oh, this is terrible. This is agony.
Just a quick reach in as Muzzin standing in
Campbell's
the
skate was, or pad was so high. How is this game not tied? Oh man, there's so much time left. This is terrible. Lightning win the faceoff. Kucherov with the puck. I hate it. Oh my God, there's so much time. Get out! Puck gets out. 7:30 to go. Oh my God. Oh my God, this is agony. Oh, keep it out! Get it out! Shoot it! Jack! Good play. Good play. Oh my God, that was 30 seconds. What? That's impossible.
His impact on the penalty kill has been exceptional. And there's just another really
killed
smart
40 seconds of this Tampa power play.
Kills a good 20 seconds.
With under 10 minutes to go here in the third in a 1-goal game. Leafs not able to get that puck there. Tampa's got a lot of room there at the point. Oh, Kucherov on one side, Stamkos on the other, and he stopped it! Oh, I thought I saw the back of the net ripple! How did Jack get that? Jack Campbell!
Kind of a pass
I gotta see this replay!
That went through 3 legs and sticks. And
Campbell!
For Jack Campbell, it's just desperation. Saves. Forget about your technique. Just fly across as quickly as you can. Stamkos had to follow.
How am I going to survive the rest of this game?
Make sure he got
Big Sally from the Leafs bench. Oh my God, that was only a minute. 57 seconds to go here on this Tampa power play. Jack Campbell robbed Steven Stamkos. Leafs, get it deep.
Goal from that exact spot.
Oh, this is agony. This is torture. This is. Oh, can I quit? Can I quit? Do I have to keep doing this? No, I can't quit. The Leafs are going to win the cup. Oh, Leafs. Under 6.5 minutes to go. 30 seconds to go here on this penalty kill for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Oh! Victor Hedman's going to go to Kucherov here. No, he doesn't. He puts it on, and Jack Campbell grabs it with his glove.
Great timing by Campbell there as the
Soup puts it in the can. And with 6:05
he's trying to move
remaining in the third period, the Leafs clinging. Victor Hedman mad. Leafs clinging to their 3-2 lead by a thread. 6:05 to go in the game, 20 seconds to go here on this penalty kill. Win a face-off, please. You didn't listen. Why? Kucherov puts it on through traffic. The Leafs trying to whack it out. They can't. McCann, Herculean effort, and he's going to get a breakaway. Come on, Ilya. Cobra, attack. Cobra, strike. Cobra, wide. Giordano puts it on. 5:45 to go here in the third period. The Leafs kill it off. Jake Muzzin out of the box, and he will go to the bench. Toronto Maple Leafs get the big boys out there. 5.5 minutes to go. The Leafs still up 3-2 in this Game 3 contest against the Tampa Bay Lightning. Watch a Leafs game with Steve Dangle. Hi, I'm Steve Dangle. Brought to you by Molson Canadian. Click like, click subscribe. Tell all your friends. Matthews out there with Kasha and Engvall. Is it on purpose? I haven't the foggiest. I don't know if everyone was able to get off after that penalty kill. The Leafs can't clear the zone. I got to think Matthews is going to get double and triple shifted here at the end of the game, so I wouldn't be surprised if Engvall and Kasha were his intentional line mates from Sheldon Keefe. 5 minutes to go. Less even. Remember what I said about the Leafs' giant advantage in the shot counter? Look at it now, 34-30, 34-31 as I was mid-sentence.
Bunting disrupting the clearing attempt.
Oh my God.
And now Ryan McDonough out at center.
Oh,
one more shift.
4.5 minutes to go.
For the Lightning, and they're offside.
Your teammates have to come to your aid at times. This is a full
I am tweeting at John Tory and Doug Ford and Justin Trudeau to make time go faster. I am tweeting at...
This is a penalty.
Oh! Hey! That's a penalty! That's... Yay! Watch a Leafs game with Steve Dangle, presented by Molson Canadian. I'm Steve Dangle. Click like, click subscribe. Tell all your friends. The Leafs, with mere moments to play in this game, hold a 3-2 lead over the Tampa Bay Lightning. The Leafs have done a lot of good things. Jack Campbell has made some spectacular saves. It's big. The Leafs have had some spectacular blocks. Marner. That's big. But they have gotten some favors from the hockey gods. The hockey gods have given them a bounce here, a bounce there, and a bounce just about every gosh darn where. And you got to wonder if the Leafs are pushing their luck, and their luck might run out. But for now, they hold a lead on the Tampa Bay Lightning. But my vision of the Leafs winning the Stanley Cup contained trials. It even contained tribulations. Trying times. Nothing is given in the Stanley Cup playoffs.
For Tampa, keep the pressure on, and
you have to take it.
You got to continue to make the plays.
Under 4.5 to go here.
Alleviate that pressure as best you can. It's been a good period.
And Sheldon Keefe puts
4-1-6.
Reunited third line of Engvall.
Does anyone care about those anymore? Oh my God! Why? Why? Get in your net!
Lightning up with a puck.
Get in your net!
Toronto territory. Back to Hedman.
Oh, Victor Hedman puts it on wide. Oh God, I hate this. I hate this a lot. Tampa has the Leafs reeling right now. Under 4 minutes to go. Leafs can't quite clear the zone, and they do. They do, and they're going to desperately try to. They get 2 men off. They get 2 men off.
With that pass. Matthews checks in, and now Jake Muzzin's got
3:45 to go. How often would you like the time updates, chat? Because right now I think we're working with 15-second intervals. And I think you're going to get more. Cirelli throws it wide. Under 3.5 to go now. Lightning, oh! Oh, they threw it in front to Cirelli. That was bad. Chop it. Shot it. Get it out. The puck goes, I think, up and over the glass. Oh, I'm going to barf. Cirelli, here's that shot again. Oh, it goes through Jack Campbell, but it's a good thing. That thing was going wide anyway. Oh, no. Jack got it with his leg a little bit. I think. I don't know. I might be hallucinating this entire thing. 3 minutes and 19 seconds to go in this game. You got to talk it into existence. Tavares has not done well in the faceoff dot based on this faceoff probability here against Nick Paul. A big face-off win would be lovely. This line in the defensive zone is a choice, the way they have played tonight. I don't know about that. I'd love to see what their numbers end up as after the game. Tavares wins it. His teammates can't win it for him. Justin Hall doesn't realize that he hit the puck. Leafs poke it behind the net. But they got to chase after it. Someone's got to make up for Hall, who's jumped up in the zone. Rebound in front! Campbell, stop! Got to get it out! Kerfoot's out there! Justin Hall, you got to ring it around the board. What are you doing? He spins, Travis Dermott style. Get it out! And they get it out under 3 minutes to go here. 2:50 remaining. I'm lightheaded. I'm lightheaded. And the Tampa Bay Lightning ice the puck.
Yeah, this line's just crashing the net and getting everything towards it. But watch Campbell's reaction. That's one where
as soon as this game is over, I am pushing my seat aside and taking a nap on the floor without saying goodbye.
There's a battle in front.
Big stuff.
No quick movement that opened up any holes. Just tried to shuffle across, keep the
2 minutes
down.
and 46 seconds left. 18,000 of you sickos in the chat to watch the Leafs win or watch me freak out. You tell me. Willie out there with Matthews and Marner. 2:37, 6-5. Oh. 2.5 minutes to go. Vasilevsky ain't going to be in that net for long. I am going to throw up. The Lightning put it deep. Campbell gloves it, and that was absolutely on purpose for the face-off. And I wonder if this is the moment they pull Andrei Vasilevsky for the extra attacker. 2:20 to go in this game. Yeah, that's a muffin. That's a muffin. He's going for the face-off, and that's it. And Vasilevsky goes to the bench. Kampf out there loses the draw pretty clean. Kampf loses the glove, picks it up. Oh! Muzzin narrowly avoids. Oh, come on, come on! Muzzin avoids putting the puck over the glass. Where's that 2-minute warning? There it is. Under 2 minutes to go here. Pandemonium heart attack time. 6-on-5. The Lightning looking for one more to tie it. Ah, let's go! End it! End it now! Ah, yeah!
And the Leafs have a
yes!
2-goal lead with 100
the Giraffe and Cobra combined!
Now it's building the foundation brick by brick.
For some sort of Pokemon-type goal. I don't know what you call it.
Some adversity to understand how to win it. Watch this.
The Lightning flub it at the blue line.
Not only made the
Muzzin, yeah, that's what I was talking about.
And that gets the first bit of pressure.
The Leafs get it out.
This is a bad feeling as Stamkos knows he
can't get it. And the Giraffe gallops right over him. Engvall passes it to Mikheyev for some reason.
Good scene there as Engvall defers to Mikheyev.
In the video session, I hope they say, Pierre, that was unnecessary. But 1 minute and 40 to go. That's still... Don't be like, all right, and that's game 3. That's a 2-1 series lead. No. That's a lot of time, man. This is the Tampa Bay Lightning. Under 90 seconds to go here. They don't think the game's over. Look at them. Oh.
In a pretty good spot.
80 seconds.
Morgan
Oh my God,
Riley
this is
trying
still
to
torture.
clear.
This is
Knocked
still
down
torture.
by
Come on.
Riley got a stick on it.
Clear it.
Matthews
Clear it.
from distance,
Leafs
and
go
he
for the empty
just
net.
missed. That'll be
Oh.
against Toronto.
That hit the post?
Two
I think that was Matthews.
And that's a shot that typically a guy like Matthews
109
would
to
make.
go. The Leafs have a 2-goal lead. Well, I got to tell you, I feel better than when it was 1 because of math.
Doesn't take his time out to try to settle things down. Tries to catch the Leafs a little bit tired.
Oilers Kings from Los
I deserve
Angeles
this.
coming up.
I deserve that hydration.
From the draw into the
Scrambled face off. The Lightning come up with it. They get it at the blue line. Kucherov's going to fire this high and wide. That wasn't even close.
Behind the net for Perry in the final minute.
Maybe it was intentional. Under a minute to go here. Leafs up 4-2 on the Tampa Bay Lightning. Matthews attacks.
Back within one.
Puck goes up in the air. Lightning working it around. Leaves the zone. 45 seconds to go here. Leafs with a 2-goal lead.
Brings them back in.
Braden Point circling back. The Lightning have to let go of this, though. They got to let go. Oh, that one goes wide in the net. The Leafs just got to glass it out. And it's out. Watch the penalty. Engvall. He's got no goalie. See, that's why he passed it. 20 seconds to go here, and unless the Lightning have 2 goals in 20 seconds, I'm not even going to say it. Corey Perry puts it on. Campbell, stop. 10 seconds to go here. Is Cobra going to get another one? Yes, he does. 5-2 Maple Leafs. Done and dusted.
Playoffs are all about responding. You saw the Tampa Lightning respond in
the
game
Toronto
2.
Maple Leafs will win game 3 over the Tampa Bay Lightning to take a 2-1 series lead and take home ice advantage right
down
back.
To the finish line, and boy, that line just put together again by Sheldon Keefe's got to be pretty pleased with how they defended, and then at the end brought the game home.
They won.
So the Leafs have
they won.
Home ice advantage.
After all that, they won.
Here in Tampa tonight.
That is a miraculous bend, but not break performance from the Toronto Maple Leafs there in the third period. The Tampa Bay Lightning had 1,000 opportunities to get more than 2 goals in this game. Mikheyev knows it. They're all just shaking their heads, eyes wide, as they thank Jack Campbell for the amazing job he has done. The Leafs don't even get close to this point without Jack Campbell. The save on Nick Paul. My goodness. Just to name a few. And the Toronto Maple Leafs are now up 2-1 in their first round series over the reigning Stanley Cup champion, Tampa Bay Lightning. Watch a Leafs game with Steve Dangle, presented by Molson Canadian. I'm Steve Dangle. Click like, click subscribe. Tell all your friends. I would love to know a 10-minute by 10-minute breakdown of my heart rate. Oh, man. How are we feeling? Oh, man. Okay, hey. We'll play a fun game and then we'll recap everything. Jamison said you have 10 seconds to pick an item nearby and tell the story. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I found one. This is a photo of myself and a young Steven Stamkos. So I got to do an interview with him many moons ago. This was in the dead of summer. And, you know, there were talks about like, oh, man, this kid, he's got to put on muscle, this kid. And he worked out with Gary Roberts. And when I saw him, I'm like, this is a man. Oh, by the way, look at that schnoz. If I'm not mistaken, if I'm not mistaken, this interview with Stamkos is the summer after his series against the Boston Bruins, where he took a Johnny Boychuk slap shot to the nose. But the other thing you'll notice about this video or this picture is I'm super duper greasy. And the reason for that is my alarm didn't go off the morning of this interview. I was scheduled to interview him. Who else? I was supposed to interview Steven Stamkos, PK Subban, and Jordan Eberle. And I almost missed the whole thing. So I didn't shower. I just ran out the door, got to the train as fast as possible, and I got down there, and we all had a Merry Christmas. There. How's that for a little story? But Steven Stamkos did not win tonight, did he? No. The Tampa Bay Lightning fall at home to the Toronto Maple Leafs, and it was really a story of two games. The Leafs went up 3-0, and they dominated Tampa for most of the first two periods, I would say. Most of the first half of the game, certainly. The Leafs got a lot of shots on goal, put a lot of attempts on goal. Tampa, just because of how tight the Leafs played them, it felt like they were dangerous. It felt like they had opportunities, but whether by hook or by crook, the Leafs playing them tighter. Even when the Leafs, made mistakes, Tampa wasn't able to capitalize. They're gripping their sticks too tight. The puck is bouncing. They took 2 puck over the glass penalties. I believe one of them cost them a goal. Less than 5 minutes in, that was Patrick Maroon. And that set the tone for the rest of the game. But holy smokes, that back half, that was hairy, and it got hairier. It was a brutal end of the second period. Brutal start to the third. I cannot wait to see the possession stats for the Tavares, Nylander, and Kasha line, because it sure felt like they got caved in. I don't know. And even though the Leafs won, I think Sheldon Keefe may want to go back to the drawing board. I don't think he's going to be content. In Game 4, after all that screaming, all that shouting, all that sweating, all the blood, sweat, and tears, can you believe Leafs play again in like 48 hours? Less. We always say that when there's a game 2 days later. Oh, the Leafs play in 48 hours. No, they don't. It's 45. Because the game does not start at 10:20 on Sunday. It starts at 7. By the way, it actually starts at 7. All 3 of the first 3 games of the series started at 7:30. This one starts at 7. As far as I know, Game 5 does not have a time yet, which is odd on account of we've known that there's going to be a Game 5 for quite some time now. Yeah, I just checked the Leafs website. It's still TBD. They won! They won! They won! Tell you what, why don't you celebrate by clicking like? Why don't you celebrate by clicking subscribe? Why don't you celebrate by getting yourself a little treat off shopsportsnet.store? Go to shopsportsnet.store. You can, oh my God, producer Tom, you're so fast, producer Stu. If it's 1 bite, it's biting. If it's 2 bites, it's eating. There's adorable kids stuff that my wife got 1,000 of. She got 1,000 of them to dress our toddler up in them. And actually, that shirt that you see on the screen right there, yeah, there it is right here. This is fresh out the laundry because he's a toddler and disgusting and gets all sorts of stuff on it. But I love him. Oh man. They're up 2-1. But they got a long way to go. I'll see you Sunday, my friends. For now, that is it for this edition of Watch a Leafs Game with Steve Dangle, presented by Molson Canadian. I'm Steve Dangle. Click like, click subscribe, tell all your friends. The Leafs have a 2-1 series lead on the reigning Stanley Cup champions.